over. Hold on. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to The Access. I am your host, Cybernox, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to The Access, your source for everything Xbox. We already started, and we already had technical difficulties. I don't think we were live this whole time. Indie Gamer is on the chat right now. Now he's talking to us. Indy, let us know if we were streaming before, if we were just talking to amongst ourselves here, because we were halfway through the show already, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, something is not right. But right. I really do appreciate you guys, and it's good. We got the kinks out. We got that first time. Those jitters out. Exactly. Yeah. Kind of knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, guys. So let's let me just really quick. Here we go. Let's start this again. That's right. Okay, here we go. Give me 1 second. I said we're doing it live. That's right.
That's right.
All right, guys. Welcome to The Access.
First show, man. First show.
First show. That's what we do. So that's right. What better way to kick off this channel by talking about the Xbox and Bethesda? No one couldn't hear you. No, couldn't hear you. Can you not hear me now?
Probably from before.
Oh, okay.
Since he's answering the question now.
Okay, right? Awesome. Okay. So what better way to kick off the show by talking about the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase 2022 happened last Sunday. They spoke over 90 minutes of just straight games and gameplays and trailers, and they gave us a week to look forward for the next 12 months and a little bit beyond. So I'm excited today to have these amazing people here from the community, great friends of mine, people which some of them which I met through the gaming community here, that which we love so much. And I'm excited to talk to each one of these guys here and see what their thoughts were on the showcase along with myself. So without further ado, let me quickly introduce these guys again. Let's start off from left to right. Cotton, how you doing, sir? Welcome back to the channel. How you doing again?
Thank you. I'm doing great still doing great, and it's still good to be here, meeting Real Pride, talking with Regulator, Tempest, and the one and only Cybernox again.
I appreciate you.
It's a big show. We already talked a little bit, but I'm ready to go over the first little bits that we did and really just delve into how great it is to be a gamer right now.
That's right. Following along, Tempest, good friend of mine, man. Haven't talked to him in a long. Glad that I didn't want to tell anybody, Tempest, but I deliberately did all these technical difficulties just so I can talk to you a little bit longer. Right? I'm sorry about that. But now you know. Now you know. How you doing?
All right, I'm cool with that. I'm good. Still in the hiding in this closet. Like I think I hear my kids like punching each other out there in the other room. But as long as you guys can't hear it, then we're all good.
Oh, we're good. So. We're good. And making his debut to the channel right now, Real Pride, a little brother from another brother, man. How you doing, good sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to be here, and once again, thank you for the invite. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure.
Absolutely. And returning with his man bun and all, the man that I'm jealous. I'm gonna say it again. Give me some of that hair, baby. Regulator. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Back
just had to show it off. 2 minutes. Listen, I'm glad. Thank you for the invite, and ready to talk some games with these great gamers right here with me.
Me too, man. Me too.
Get it.
Me too. And with that said, shout out to everyone here. Yeah, I heard the little laugh. I appreciate it. I'm trying over here. And big shout out to the legend himself, the indie gamer in the chat, already showing that massive support. Indie, you're a legend. It's probably extremely late over there across the pond, and I appreciate you being here. And if anyone needs anything wants to know anything about any indie game coming out, go follow this man on Twitter, the Indie Gamer 01, I believe your tag is. Don't hold me to that, but put it on the chat, Indie, and subscribe to his YouTube channel, the Indie Gamer, man. You will not be disappointed. The quality that this man puts out on his videos is amazing. But okay, so let's get right into the show. Xbox showcase over 30 games this Sunday, and they showcased about 32 games, and they even showcased even more games on the extended showcase, which happened 2 days after. I'm gonna run through the list really quickly, and we're gonna hit some of these games. Probably not all, because we're not trying to have a 5 hour long show for the debut, but we'll try to hit as much as we can. So the games that were debuted or showcased were Redfall, Hollow Knight Silksong, High on Life, Riot Games, A Plague Tale's Requiem, Forza Motorsport, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Overwatch 2, Aura, History Untold, The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, Fallout 76, The Pit, Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels DLC, Arc 2, Scorn, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Minecraft Legends, Lightyear Frontier, Gunfire Reborn, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, As Dusk Falls, Naraka Blade Point, Pentiment, Grounded, Ereban, Shadow Legacy, Diablo 4, Sea of Thieves, Ravenlock, Cocoon, Wu Lang, Fallen Dynasty, Persona. Hideo Kojima made a announcement with the Xbox partnership, and Starfield. And then on the extended showcase, they showed Valheim is coming to Xbox, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming to Game Pass Day 1. Excuse me. Slime Rancher 2 is coming to Xbox Game Pass Day 1. Master Chief Avatar is going to Fall Guys. And Stalker 2 showed an amazing trailer at the end. So I highly recommend you go and catch that. So guys, let's start with the game that's showing on screen right now, Redfall. And we'll start again the same way. Tempest, my man.
Yo.
What'd you think?
Yeah, like I said, the first time was honestly a great way to start the show. Just a massive chunk of gameplay, and after hearing the other gentleman talk, it made me think of a few more things I can bring up now.
Perfect.
Yeah. If you play arcane games, for a first-person, like, not shooter but game like that, there's a massive amount of stuff to interact with. There's always multiple ways to get around. Multiple ways to get into certain areas. It's a very, very free-form environment, and it, especially Dishonored 2, the amount of different ways you could get to your objective and complete it is huge. I think forget who was saying it, but last time, but the way you can stealth in that game, you can actually go through the entire game without killing anybody, even the big bads. You can just subdue them. So it's ton of choice. I don't think this game's going to have as much choice, but it's also an open world too. Yeah. So the amount of not collectibles, but things you can pick up is massive in these games. Arcane has a very distinct identity to it when you play it. They feel like arcane games. Prey and Dishonored, although one's sci-fi, one's like a high fantasy, like steampunk, whatever type of game. It's very it's just they have a DNA, and right. Being translated to this kind of game, especially with a little bit more of a focus on the guns. Like I said, the guns sound meaty. They look like they're powerful. They look like they could kill a vampire, something like that. Sure, yeah. I think it'll be really cool, and I don't think they didn't show a lot of that. Probably because that might be one of the less glamorous things to show off in a trailer like this, but is the picking up stuff off the ground, opening crates or opening stuff to get, loot, whatever. It looks really good. And hearing you guys talk made me think, man, this is an arcane game, and their games are very like samey, but in an extremely good way. So an open world version of that sounds awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm excited for it too. I wish they did show a little bit more. Kind of like I said, I think this looked like it was maybe a little bit too early for it to release. Obviously, they delayed the game, but you can see that they probably have to work a couple things out. Regulator, what do you think, man? We'll go over to you next. I know you really enjoy these
Yeah,
multiplayer games,
like I was,
and yeah.
yeah, like I was saying, yeah, just it has a lot. I see some Dishonored in it, and
Mm-hmm.
but it actually looked. I was kind of surprised too. It looked really polished for being delayed, um, but delays. There's nothing wrong with delays. It's all
Yeah.
it's always polish is always better. Like you want it to be ready, no bugs and all. But
Yeah.
the way they die too reminds me a little bit Blade. The way they die is pretty
Oh
dope.
yeah,
I
man,
like the way
for
they
real.
added that. Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
think
it
about
reminds
that
me a
for
little
sure.
Blade. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But overall, like it just looks like a fun game that a lot of you and the fellas can just have a good time, man.
Yeah, man.
But being open world too, like it's pretty insane because you don't even know. Like I don't think I've ever played an open world like that, 4 players when it comes to like something close to Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood. So
Yeah.
I want to see how it is, and then seeing that that you can combine your abilities, like how they lifted up their partner
Mm-hmm.
with their little elevator. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope. Look, can't wait to see like the combinations you can do with your teammates to take out the enemies. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be pretty dope, bro. I'm really
Absolutely, man.
excited for this one.
I'm excited for this one too. I love. Yeah, I'm a big State of Decay fan, and this kind of reminded me of State of Decay as well. You know, you have
Yeah.
to go into these areas. You're going with 4 players, and they're obviously State of Decay is zombies, but vampires here in this case. But yeah, man, I think this got a lot of potential. I wish I would have seen a little bit more on the abilities. But that's just my take. Cotton, how about you, man? You excited for
Yeah,
this one?
yeah, for sure. I mean, it really wasn't on my radar that much. I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect from it because I only really played Dishonored from Arcane, which I
Okay.
liked a lot. But yeah, it kind of definitely took me by surprise. I know like I was kind of getting at beforehand. I got that real Left 4 Dead vibe. I got the abilities gave me a Borderlands vibe where it's like there's like certain class has certain abilities and they're useful for certain scenarios. So when you're in
Mm-hmm.
co-op, you can
Mm-hmm.
really work together and mix and mash those up in different ways that are helpful depending on the situation you're in. And the gunplay looks good. I actually didn't know that it was open world, which actually makes me a little bit more excited.
Did
The
they say it
only
was open
other
world? That's one thing that I
Yeah,
didn't catch. They did. Okay, awesome.
it
Yeah.
is open world. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I can only imagine what like a open world style Left 4 Dead game would be. I guess something kind of like State of Decay, but
Yeah.
this gives me like the gameplay feel of Left 4 Dead more than that personally. But it looks dope. I mean, the only other game I played that's open world that would be zombies and whatnot would be Dying Light,
Dying
and
Light. Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't really like Dying Light 2, at least a lot of my friends, just because it was really broken and stuff
Mm-hmm.
at launch. But in this kind of gameplay, where it's not all based around the parkour, it's more like gunplay and abilities and based on the enemies. I think this is actually going to be a hit, man. Arcane normally doesn't disappoint me. Look at their track record.
Yeah.
It's Dishonored 1 or 2, or those are like critically acclaimed and loved games. And then you have Deathloop that just came out, which is a contender for Game of the Year, won a lot of awards.
Prey as well,
So
right? Prey. They
and
did Prey, and
Prey,
Prey's amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So they
Mhm.
wouldn't put it past them to have another banger in the stash pot over here with this
Yeah.
game. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun visually. All the abilities are different. You got the skill trees and stuff. So I feel like it's kind of got something for everybody as far as this kind of shooter game goes. So
Right.
I mean, in
Yeah.
Game Pass day one, what more can you ask for?
Seriously, it's. I mean, like the
And the
value of
cloud.
it just keeps on.
Mhm.
You know. One thing that I will mention that I don't think no one mentioned on is I believe I saw a tweet that they said that if you're playing this in co-op, only the host's progress will progress, right? Only their game will progress. Everyone else will still have to go back and kind of do their stuff
Right.
again. So, oh man, I wish
Yeah,
they hadn't done that. I wish
that's
that would
similar
have
to
State of Decay. State of Decay was like that. So I
yeah,
know all about
yeah.
that. I
That's
mean,
similar.
there are a lot of
Yeah,
members in the community that are more than willing to help people out and just playing and have a good time. But I
that's
wish
how
I
they
have
Dying
had.
a
Light was too.
Yeah.
The
I
most recent one. So
I have a counter argument to that because
Okay.
I played a lot of State of Decay 2,
I love it.
and I
Yeah. Oh, you
played
didn't
a
play it
lot.
with me, so I see you didn't want to. You didn't want
Hey
to come and
man,
help me
hey,
out, but it's all good.
hey,
Hey,
hey.
just
We just
saying.
play at different times, all right? That's
I just wanted
always
to put it out there, on the record. That's all.
well, the way that game worked, I think it got a bad rap because
Yeah.
uh, I played with my wife primarily, and it was actually kind of cool to go back and forth between our worlds, and we would take turns, and there's a few reasons for that, but I kind of felt like if we were both in the same game world at the same time, I kind of feel like a lot would get screwed up, especially if you're a dedicated player. Um, certain people wouldn't survive and elsewhere on the map if you had two
Sure.
different
Yeah.
things going.
Hmm.
You would run out of supplies twice as quick. If there's four people, four times as quick. So I think there's reasons for it. I also feel like that there was probably a design choice by them. Hopefully, there's a lot of like heavy stuff that happens in this game, Redfall,
Yeah.
where if it happened in your game, it changes the way certain other things happen. Especially if it's open world and you have the choice to tackle whatever boss you want to right away or area, whatever. I just the other thing too is if you start a game world with people, you gotta keep it going with those same people. And I mean, I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to be able to play consistently at
Oh,
consistent
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
I
think
know
there's
all
also
about
that
that.
benefit.
Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's
Yeah.
advantages to both, but I don't know. I don't think that's like this game's gonna suck for that reason. I don't buy that at all.
Yeah.
I think
For
it'll be
sure.
okay.
yeah, and
There's
with
a lot going on. Oh, sorry, Kyle. Go ahead, man.
no, that's I didn't mean to cut you off. It's the same thing for Dying Light 2, and it's that kind of game as well, where it's like you have split path decisions that are made, and the host gets to make those choices. So it's like if you want
Mm.
to, I guess, have a separate, you can have a solo playthrough where you're doing it the way you want to do it, or start at my host and you join me and we do it differently, kind of like knocking out two playthroughs in one go. But I mean, the way it
Hmm.
worked in that game is like your player progressed, your skill tree progressed, and your loot progressed. But and so when you went to play in someone else's world, you were your character. It was just the quest lines that don't progress. So it's like you
Yeah.
still make progress while you're playing.
Hmm.
So hopefully it's similar to that, and it's not like a straight up vanilla start over each time you're in a different um, server, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Well,
what
Prime,
I
man.
hope the answer is. If your character's XP keeps on moving up regardless
Yeah,
of the
kind of like
storyline.
Crackdown. That's how
You
Crackdown worked as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I think they'll balance it out if without the story, like just as long as you're still getting that XP for the character that you're using, that'd still
Yeah.
be cool. I don't think it would affect
For-
me that much.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. Pride, man. What'd you think? Redfall.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a game that I'm definitely gonna try. Like I said, it's that open world style, being able to play with four people. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I'm very like harsh on games like this, and like Khan said, like it's definitely a Left 4 Dead vibe, and I used to play Left 4 Dead a lot, so I'm definitely gonna try it. Yeah, 100%.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and we saw right there at the end too. There's a lot going on today. You got a skill tree, you got a lot of RPG elements, and
Yep.
yeah, man, this is gonna be. I think this one is gonna be a good one. It's coming to Game Pass. I mean, even if you try and you don't like it, just move on to the next thing, right? You don't have to
Exactly.
pay the
Very
full
true.
subscription price for you to try a game out nowadays, which is great. All right, so Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I know someone in the chat is jumping for joy for this game. I'm actually playing through Hollow Knight right now. Did anybody else play Hollow Knight? Anybody else excited for this game here?
I'm excited for Hollow Knight fans because I hear it's brilliant, but I haven't played it. So
So
I know
yeah, go ahead.
for years now, years I've been hearing about Silk Song, and it's about time that it comes out. It's coming out day one Game Pass. I mean, you can't, it's win-win.
Yeah, man,
So
it really is. And you guys play Hollow Knight at all or no? It's a platformer. Very think of
No, not yet.
no, man, I highly
No, I
recommend
haven't
it.
tried that out yet.
I lean more towards indie. Don't kill me in the chat. All right, I lean towards more towards Ori a little more. Okay, I like that franchise a little bit better. But I am enjoying Hollow Knight right now. I'm still getting all my abilities and getting all this and that. But I'm enjoying it. I think as I progress through it more and more, I enjoy it more and more. But Ori had me from the opening screen. This one is it's like a growing love. But yeah, Hollow Knight. I should have been showing it on screen, but I started the loop again.
I'm gonna be honest though, with those type of games though, those are games that are really good to play on cloud because a lot of those side
Oh
scrollers
man,
like that
I don't know.
it's
I
just
don't
more fun to
know.
play on
Easy on
on
the
the
cloud
phone,
with
man.
that because you need to. I mean, timing is
I've played
essential,
a
and
couple of them
timing
like
is
that.
key on this. If you're playing on console or something like that, I would say probably, but on mobile, I don't know. I can't say I haven't tried one of these games on
Yeah, I
mobile,
like
so
platformers. I had never heard of this game or played.
no,
If there, I don't know if this is a series of games or anything about it, but it looks cool. I like Ori. And I like these
it's
kinds of games, so I'll probably try it.
so Ori and this game is like it's it progresses really well. The difficulty spikes up at times, and it's not like the game is unfair. Like I love the platforming aspect of it. It's just like if you messed up, like if you died or you something like that, it's because it's literally all you. Like your timing, the way you're using your abilities, everything like that.
Right.
It's really well done. But Ori for me still has a little bit higher up than Hollow Knight, but I'm excited to try this one. I haven't beaten Hollow Knight yet. I keep bouncing between games, but I'm really enjoying it as well. All right, let's see here. High on Life. This was a big game that I hear a lot about the community talking about, and I think I like the humor, but I'm not sure I'm there in the game yet. Anybody enjoy High on Life? Anybody looking forward to it?
I am, and
Yeah.
I'm a late comer to Rick and Morty, but
Okay.
I'm currently like on the third or fourth season or something.
Okay.
It's hard to get stuff done in my life. So I started watching it a while ago, okay, but I enjoy it a lot. And as soon as I heard Morty, he was that first gun there,
Yeah.
and that these guys, man, their humor. And I know we're not talking about the extended showcase, but when we got to hear the
We can
devs of
talk
this
about it,
game
yeah,
talk,
because this game was there too.
well,
Yeah, for sure.
this game showed up, and I was even more intrigued by it solely by listening to the developers. They literally they sounded like a hoot. Like,
Yeah, they got a lot of passion.
yeah, exactly. So, oh yeah, thanks for bringing up my tea there.
Oh
So,
man, I was about
you
to
know
hit
who
you
we're
with
talking
I was about to hit you with the temper. We can follow him right here. Come on, guys.
yeah, as far as the actual game goes, I mean, it looks okay. I'm not going to say it looks like fantastic, but
Yeah.
it's the humor. And you play a
Absolutely.
game like this, even if the gameplay is just okay, if it's making you laugh while you're playing it, let me tell you what, games I think are the hardest medium for comedy. I think
Yeah.
very few games successfully pull it off. Obviously, the South Park games, they pull it off 100%, especially the Stick of Truth. But it's so if this game can make me laugh while having pretty enjoyable, first person gameplay, I'm all for it, 100%.
Absolutely.
So
Khan, I think I heard you say you're excited for this game too. Tell us a little bit about it, man. What's exciting you about it?
But I like the look of it, kind of similar to Tempest, except for I've been watching Rick and Morty since it started, so I'm a big
Mhm.
fan of that.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not gonna throw it out on you guys or pose or anything like that. But no, I'm just kidding. It looks cool. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys played Trover Saves the Universe. It's Squanch Games' first game, and they just have. He's right. Tempest is right about comedy being like it's not very common throughout games. I mean, you have Borderlands and South Park and stuff, and for some people those hit and some they don't. That's how comedy is.
Yeah.
But I just think they got a lot of passion for this game, and they have like really unique character design and funny writing and solid voice acting. These are professional voice actors, like a lot of people through the game industry, but these guys are like they do a lot of the writing themselves too.
Mhm.
So I mean, one of the voices in the trailer even sounded exactly like Claptrap to me from Borderlands, who I got
Okay.
like a little love-hate relationship with because he's like mad annoying. But
Yeah.
um, after playing through Trover, and Trover's not like an amazing gameplay game, but like the world is just like really hilarious and creative, and they like have these little through lines where that game is connected to like loosely connected to Rick and Morty, and that's loosely connected to Solar Opposites, which is another show. So it's just it's cool to see more from the minds behind that stuff because they just have a unique taste, I think, and
Yeah.
it's just it looks cool. I mean, and another game that's like when Trover Saves the Universe came out, that came out for PlayStation, and then it later released for Xbox, and now here comes Xbox coming in, grabbing this game for day and date and Game Pass coming out in October. So it's like
Right.
a similar thing to Ninja Turtles came out and it's already out now, and a lot of
Yeah.
these games are releasing so soon, and I just think it's a nice grab for them. And if you want to
Yeah.
play it, then play it. You don't gotta play it if you don't want to. That's the beauty of Game Pass. It's just right there for you.
Absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, like the humor had me. I'll give it a try for sure because right at the beginning he's like, "Why are you squeezing me so high? Why are you squeezing me so tight? You wanna feed me some breakfast first?
The
Come
one was
on,
like,
man."
you're shooting my kids, but it's okay.
That's
I can grow
okay.
more.
Yeah, man, looks
Yeah.
dope. All right, the next big announcement that I don't think it's getting a lot of. I think we were talking about this pre-show was right here. Riot Games, man, coming to PC Game Pass. All the heroes. I personally am not. I don't follow a lot of these games, but I know Tempest, Pride, Cotton. I don't know about you. You're a big. You any of these games here that all these
I mean, I
agents and
played
champions are
Valorant.
unlocked?
I played Valorant and I played Dota, which is like League of Legends. But I
Okay.
think you're right. I don't think this is getting much light. That I think it's
Yeah.
a massive get for Xbox. Like League of Legends is still a insanely huge game. So to get that with all the champions and as well as Valorant and all of their agents into Game Pass for even if it's just PC and mobile, like
Hmm.
those are huge markets and more subs to Game Pass is just going to help the brand as a whole, right?
Yeah, man.
So even if I don't really care to play those games, I still
Yeah.
think like marketing wise, it's pretty
It was
impressive that
pretty.
they were able
Yeah.
to pull that off.
I agree. Regulator, any of these games do anything for you, man?
No, the closest to League of Legends I played was probably Smite. That's the only one I play more of.
Okay.
But for me, like Tempest said though, for other people with especially in the mobile area with the cloud and gaming and everything, I think it's
Yeah.
gonna hit hard and it's gonna be good for Xbox because it's just gonna get more attention on the mobile side, especially over there in the other countries where mobile's
Sure.
more excessive.
I see.
But
They got a little ding for that one. Ding ding. That's right.
yeah, so I just feel like this is a good get, and especially if it's not for us, it's good for the Xbox
Yeah.
ecosystem, and I'm excited for people to get more attached to it so they can see what it brings.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
it's,
Absolutely.
it's a good get, man.
Yeah, man. Pride, Tempest. It's gonna put it all on your shoulders, man. Let us know. How is this a big deal for the community right here? Pride, why don't you start us off, man?
Oh man, it's massive, man. It's massive. Like League of Legends is one of the top like gaming with like competitive gamings like right now, all over. It's everywhere. I think the deal was what like $68 billion or something like that. Like I'm not too sure exactly,
Yeah.
But it's it's insane, and it just basically what they're trying to do is just get Microsoft to bring everybody in towards this Game Pass PC to get players to play League of Legends and try out all the champs without having to spend so much hours and times or even money on the game. Even though the game is free, you still there's a bunch of skins, there's a bunch of other stuff that you can get. Sort of like pay to win, I would say, or pay to
Yeah.
play.
Sure.
Yeah, pay
Yeah.
to win, I would say. But yeah, so it's like it's massive, man. It's massive. And honestly, bro, I spend hours playing this game, League of Legends, and I do not get tired. It's the same, like same map, same everything, but it's just
It's
that
huge,
competitive
man. I
edge.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a deep game, man.
Yeah.
There's so many of my friends play this game, and they have for years, and they still play. So it's a massive deal for Xbox.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Anything you want to add to that, Tempest?
Um, yeah, so if they, I was saying in the pre-show, this is extremely beneficial, especially for Riot. With this deal, they're getting a fat check from Microsoft,
Yeah.
and they are going to make a ton of money from this that they wouldn't have otherwise. Not just from the check that they gave them, but with all the heroes unlocked, there's other cosmetics and items that you can buy, and I think just about all these games
Yeah.
once you have the hero. So, all these heroes unlocked, you're going to be like, ooh, wow, all the heroes unlocked. And then what do you do from there? You go, if you really fall in love with the hero while you're playing the game, you really like the game, you're going to spend more money on it. And the reason why I think it's such a big deal, Riot themselves, they are making like an MMO. They're making a fighting game. They're making like a real-time strategy. They want to dominate every genre. Riot Games themselves, I think what you're looking at is a future Activision, essentially, is what you're looking at, or like a future Bethesda, something. They're going to take their IP and just spread it everywhere. And they want to be dominant in a lot of these categories. So if you can start this relationship now, not that Mike, I don't, at this point, I don't even think Microsoft could ever even think of buying them because I think they're mainly funded through, what's that one? Tencent, I think.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where they get a lot of their money.
Okay.
But just the partnership there, if it starts here, Xbox, they could get their hands on the real-time strategy, the MMO. A lot of these games they're making are going to hit. I mean, heck, their stupid TV show on Netflix is one of the best shows I think I've ever seen.
Yeah,
The
Oh my
Arcane
God.
show.
Arcane was
Great
so
show.
good,
Arcane.
bro.
It was
Oh
rid-
my Lord.
I've never seen anything like it. I am the biggest anime weeaboo nerd
Yeah.
there is, and I was actually sitting there. I'm like, what is Japan gonna do to catch up? That's how I felt. Like, so even their TV show was phenomenal, and they did pretty much all that. Like, not in house, they hired somebody. But they were extremely involved. So whatever these people touch, it kind of turns to gold. So start this friendship now or this relationship, and man, it's
Yeah,
it's
man.
gonna pay off in the future.
I may or may have not had something in my eye. I don't want to say a tear, during one of those
Oh,
episodes.
just admit
but,
it. You cried
there
like
was
a baby.
something.
Come
I
on.
can't tell you what it was, but there was something
There-
in my eye, and I was just I was like, let me wipe it off.
I am
really
such a shill for that show. Like, if you haven't watched
It was so
Arcane
good.
yet,
It was really good.
you need to. Trust me, you need to. It's brilliant. So
And now that I'm a parent too, and that show had a lot of
I know, yeah.
parallels to
yeah.
that. So it was really heartfelt. It was really heartwarming. It was good.
I have to put you on to a deep dive breakdown of Arcane
Yeah?
Tempest. Dude,
Yeah, do
Oh,
it. Send it my way.
okay.
I'll watch it.
All right.
dude.
Now, a game that I'm really looking forward to came up next, which is A Plague's Tales Requiem. Man, if you haven't played the first one, it's on Game Pass right now, and this is coming to Game Pass also day one. This game was like a sleeper hit, okay? And it was absolutely amazing. So, great story. I really enjoyed the story of it. Great mechanics. Visually, this game was stunning. I can't wait to see what they have in stores for us on the second one. But yeah, anybody else here interested in Plague's Tale?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
And the
everybody.
first
Okay,
one was
good,
awesome.
good. Regulator, tell me about it, man. Let's go. What you got?
Yeah, the first one, it literally came out of nowhere because
Yeah.
I've heard it through a someone I heard it through a podcast, and that's where I downloaded it on Game Pass and I tried it out and I fell in love with it, man. The the visuals were outstanding for being the studio that they were, being a small
Mhm.
studio.
You're
They
hitting
did
all the right notes. Let me give you.
their
Come
work,
on,
and
man.
they
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Come on, man. You're
and
hitting it all off. Yes,
it
keep
just
going.
the story was great, man. Towards the end, it was a big twist,
Hmm.
and it just made the game even better. I don't know. I don't want to spoil the end for people who haven't played it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's really good, man. You got to play it, the stealthness about it, and the trying to avoid all the rats and stuff. Oh man, the thing is it's awesome. It's a good game, man.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the next one to come out.
Pride, did you ever get a chance to play this game, man? I know you're a big PC guy, and um,
to
but did you ever try to? Did you ever play this game?
I actually, to be honest, man, I haven't. I haven't
Okay.
really checked it out. I mean, it looks very good from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It looks like they did quality with the graphics, everything. The gameplay, I can't say much because, like I said, I haven't played it, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in. It looks like right in that little clip that you were just showing, sort of like an Assassin's Creed assassination. You know what I mean? Like
Uh
it,
huh.
it has that somewhat feel like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you right now, it's got nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. But
It's dope, man.
they do a lot of stealth. The mechanics are really well done. The story, the way you consistently upgrade, and the twists and turns of the story. If you're really into that, visually too, I know you got a really nice PC setup. You'll get a lot of this game. It's on PC Game
Yeah.
Pass as well. So if this little clip interested you, this game will probably grab you in the first few minutes, and if it doesn't, then I would probably say that game is not for you because it does a lot of that for the majority of the game.
Mhm.
Tempest, yeah, but I highly recommend
It's
it, man. Highly
Yeah.
recommend it. All right, Tempest, about you, man? You play the first one? I don't remember.
Yeah, I did actually play it. I have that problem where it's hard for me to finish things around here, and it's one I didn't finish. But what I did play, I played for quite a few hours, and what I did play, I mean, it very was much like you're right. If you don't like it in the first hour, it's
Hmm.
probably not a game for you. One thing it was missing to me, even though not every story needs stabby stabby, shoot shoot, punch punch, but it was missing a little bit of that. And so when I saw her, it was just that too. It was like raw. It was like stabby stabby. It wasn't like I'm this assassin and knows how to take these. She's like and like stabbing them multiple
Yeah.
times. It looked vicious. And she commented on what she's doing in the trailer. So like I like that that conflicting feelings, or not knowing if she should do these things. So there's some
Right.
commentary on it. Um, nah, man, it looks cool. It's I mean, this isn't a spoiler, but it's her brother. It is her brother, right? Yeah, it's her brother
Yeah,
that
yeah,
she's
yeah.
trying to keep alive through the
Yep.
first one. It
Hugo.
looks like he's
Yeah.
still here, so I like that element too, having somebody to care for. But I
Sure.
think the difference is it looks like she actually cares about the brother.
Hey, man.
She's not
Hey,
calling him
man, this-
boy.
I see what you did there. Okay,
Yep.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, uh, what was I gonna say? Did you expect a sequel at all?
Oh, oh, you mean like, did I expect a sequel game or this
Yeah,
game
a
to be on the
sequel.
show?
No, a sequel to a Plague
Oh,
Tale. Yeah.
I didn't beat it, so I honestly couldn't speak to
Oh,
that.
okay, okay. Then
Yeah,
I won't
yeah,
say
I
anything.
I didn't finish it. So I mean this was there last year, so obviously I knew the
Yeah.
sequel was coming, but it made perfect sense for it to be at the show here. I mean, the other thing I want to say too is this game's done with Unreal Engine. I don't know if it's 4 or 5, but I think they showed the Unreal logo on this for this game, didn't they? I think. Well,
Yes,
the
I,
reason
it,
why
I, I
that's
don't
it's
recall.
running on
I don't
Unreal.
remember if they showed. I mean, we can go back here really quick. I don't know if they showed.
well,
I know it's.
I know it's running
Focus.
on Unreal though.
It is
yeah, okay,
okay.
because that's kind of like important because this one in a lot of ways might end up being pretty different than the first because the first they actually did all that in an in-house engine.
Yeah.
It was all their own engine, which was pretty surprising because Sobo's not a
It's a
huge
Sobo.
studio.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, it's not a huge studio, and the fact that they moved to Unreal. I mean, I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying, it's probably going to feel that's maybe they were more comfortable adding more like actual combat in this one
Sure.
because of that. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
Well, awesome, man. I appreciate that. Cotton had to step away. Cotton, are you back? Probably not. But if he has anything to say on it, we'll come back. Talking about Asobo, they did reveal Microsoft Flight Simulator. A couple things coming to it. The Pelican from Halo coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Guess who's downloading that? I am. I want to fly around on the Pelican. Come on, man. Next, there was a really weird announcement. Overwatch 2. Now, I haven't played Overwatch in a long time, but I didn't see anything on Overwatch 2 that made me say, "Oh, hey, this is the new Overwatch. Something new is going on here." Maybe I haven't played Overwatch enough to know the differences, but I didn't really see. I thought it was a little bit of a weird announcement, but it's free to play too, So I don't know what they were thinking there. Next, we had a couple of games. I'll run through these guys, and then if there is a game that you would like to talk about, feel free to just stop me, okay? So they announced Overwatch 2 free to play. They showcased a new champion. I think, is that what they call it in Overwatch? A new hero champion?
yeah, I think it's just one or the other. But
And I enjoyed
new
Overwatch
hero.
from what I played for it, but most of the people that I was playing with, we were stuck, playing Call of Duty. So at that time, it is what it is. Then next came Aura History Untold. Anybody here? This is an RTS, right? I believe, like Civilization. If I'm thinking about the right.
Yeah, I think it's much more
Oh,
Civilization than it is Age
Wait
of
a second.
Empires.
I skipped over this Forza Motorsport.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus,
Yep.
what am I doing? Huh?
Mhm.
Forza Motorsport, graphical showpiece. The game that they show you all the bells and whistles. This looked amazing. Forza Horizon 5 already looked great. This is the whole new engine. I'm not that big into races, but I always like to try them out. I always like to see how far they're pushing, the physics. I know they're pushing a lot of physics in this game. All the, the car damage, the physics, and also graphical fidelity. Anybody here a big racer? Anybody excited for this one?
No, you know what? I don't play a lot of racers, but I'll just throw my hat in. This was my actual reaction when I saw about 30 seconds of this trailer going through.
Yeah.
I don't eat, live, and breathe console war crap. A lot of times I could care less. I don't have time for it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I literally sit there. I was like, what the heck is Polyphony's excuse? I was like, what? And there's just like, it's hilarious to me how little comparison there is between the two properties. Like, I just, why is it? I don't know, man. It's it's like Goku versus Yamcha if you're a DBZ fan. It's like it's just there's no comparison. I'm like, I don't understand why this one. It looks ridiculous, dude. I don't know what else you can say. It's crazy looking. So.
Yeah, game look.
Hey, Tempest, did you
simulation.
notice that? Did you guys notice in the trailer that they hit all the notes where it came to talking, like pretty much coming back to GT7, where there's damage on this one, where GT7 shows no damage.
Yeah,
and
and
the
also
background is high detailed compared to the background of GT7. It's like they try to hit all the notes what GT7 doesn't do, and this one does do. Ray tracing on while racing. It's hitting all the notes that GT7 does not hit, and they did it with this trailer, and it's pretty crazy how that's what they really focused on. Mm-hmm. But I'm not big on these type of racers. I'm more Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
But being on Game Pass, I don't mind playing the game. Trying it out just because the visuals look fucking beautiful. But I'm sorry for cursing, but it looks really great. But the visuals look really, really good, and the showcase of the cars is just outstanding. Especially with the ray tracing.
This game is so incredible that I thought about this in my head. You see this gravel here? You see that?
Oh yeah.
If you were in a third-person open world RPG and you looked at your character's feet and saw that, it would be perfect. And I got news for you. All of what you see here is going to be in Fable.
Gonna be in Fable. I was up.
Oh yeah.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh yeah.
Sir. Yeah. Hey, let me get you.
Yeah.
That's
That
Skyrim
that
for sure.
that
100%.
engine
I
that
think so
engine they
too.
use
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I did enjoy what they were talking about. I mean, if you're a car enthusiast and if you're into the simulators, like the things in that nature, this game right here for you is gonna be something else. They're talking about day and night cycles. That's gonna change the temperature on the asphalt, which affects your tires and affects your grip and the level of detail that they're putting into this racer is amazing.
Especially with the
Um,
weather as well. They got
yeah. Oh
all
yeah.
types of weather.
True. True.
Hmm.
Yeah, all dynamic weather, right? They got day and night cycles on all tracks. That was probably another dig at GT7. But Cotton, do you like racers, man?
Oh yeah, we're on Forza Motorsport right
Oh,
now.
we're on
That's what we're
Forza.
on. Sorry, my my laptop was about to die. I had to situate some things. Yeah, Motorsport's never been really my game out of the Forza games, to be
Okay.
honest. But the level of detail and the
Yeah, this game is just a
fidelity,
graphical
it's
showpiece, right? Yeah.
it's astonishing, man. You don't even have to be a gamer to appreciate that, and it's a great showcase, like you just said, for the hardware. And
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of friends who are like big car buffs and big like car dudes in general who love this game, and I will personally like link them to the trailers and show them, be like look at
Yeah.
this is for you, like specifically, and this is a it just looks phenomenal. I mean, you already
Yeah.
know Forza is quality, like from the ground up. So anybody
100%.
should be excited to play it. And I mean, I'll play it, but I just won't play it as much as I'll play Horizon.
Yeah, me too. I'm any type of racer. I'll try it out for a little bit, things like that, and then I'll just go back to what I usually play. It just doesn't grasp me in the same way as other
Dude,
games. But you can't deny the the level that this game is pushing, the level of fidelity. Pride, anything on Forza for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not a big car
Racer?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, big racer. I did play a lot of Need for Speed, a lot of Gran Turismo back in the
Yeah,
day, like
back in the
PlayStation
day,
2.
bringing it back,
Yeah,
man. Hey,
yeah,
Need for
yeah,
Speed
I
Underground.
like it.
yeah.
Bring it back.
Need for Speed Underground. That was my thing, man. Awesome.
For
But like,
sure.
you can't deny like this quality of game, and just how the mechanics are with this game too, with the whole racing, the
Hmm.
graphics, everything is perfect, man.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I haven't even tried Horizon yet, to be honest, and I definitely
Oh,
need to.
you'll
I know
love
you.
it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give it a
yeah.
go.
Yeah, Horizon's dope.
It's dope. All right, guys. So we did jump around a little bit. I apologize for that. So from Forza, then came Microsoft Flight Simulator. We talked about the Pelican coming to there. Overwatch
Oh
2.
yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Hey, Cyber, what about the Forza Horizon DLC? While we're
it's
on the Forza
coming.
subject
It's
right now.
coming.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh, okay,
hey,
all
I'm
right,
trying
all
to
right.
go with the.
patience.
I'm
My
trying to
bad.
go with the video. Okay. Easy. Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, I stepped away when you guys were talking about Plague Tale. I mean, I just want to throw
Oh,
my
did oh yeah,
my
go
two
ahead.
cents in there,
Hey
dude.
man, go
It's
ahead. Hey, the floor
such
is
an
yours.
underrated game.
Okay,
Hey,
hold
man,
on a
it's just
second.
such an
Floor is
underrated
yours, bro. Oh, let
masterpiece.
me bring you back down because you probably in a dark room. Let me bring you back down. It's all good. Oh, what happened? Cotton. What
Laptop
happened?
died.
What'd you
Oh
do
no!
to him?
Kicked him out, man.
Don't tell him.
What just
There he
happened?
is. I
No.
don't know, man.
You kicked me out, huh?
I must have.
No, it's just such an underrated game, dude. Like
Yeah.
Plague Tale is the first game back when I signed up for the X Cloud, like alpha or whatever. That was the first game I played on it, and even on that, like playing it at work, like it caught a lot of my coworkers' eye just because like the tech at the time, and then the game itself. I mean, super underrated. And now that we're getting a sequel on a higher budget and into Game Pass again, it's gonna get people to go back and play the first one because I know a lot of people who didn't, and especially since it's not an
Yep.
old game
Yeah.
and it still plays well and it looks really good. Just a fantastic story-driven game that people should check out, and I think the sequel's going to be top notch. Honestly,
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey,
I'm
Cotton,
right
I
there
had a
with you.
question for you since you played this, Cotton. Do you think it would be cool if they added co-op mode for the second one, since the little
Right.
kid's older in this one?
I think it would be
Because
cool,
there's a
but it
lot of
kind of
teamwork
Ooh,
when it comes to the gameplay.
I think it would be
regulator
cool,
coming
but I
with the
think
hard
it's
hitting
gonna be
questions.
I
Okay.
it's I think it might be a bad comparison, but think of it. I guess the kid is older, but I'm thinking of it more like God of War 2018, where you got the kid coming around with you, because that's how
Mm,
I'm picturing the
Yeah,
first game. You know, so like
yeah, because the first one you're babysitting him pretty much. You had to
right,
like put him over the thing, and then you had to take him to a certain spot while you make sure it's clear, tell him to
yeah,
wait.
yeah. I
But
mean, it could be cool. I'm never opposed to co-op games. Just think it might be a little bit of that old school fight, like who's first player. You know, like I'm not trying to be the little kid, but I guess
so
they're older
well,
now.
the little kid,
so
if you played it though, the little kid's abilities is amazing.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was
No, for
about to
sure.
You won't
hint.
know to.
I
For
was about to
sure.
hint towards that because stuff does happen which you can do things later on to the game that you use the little
Right.
kids.
I
So
think that would be
you
cool.
know,
Actually, that's a cool idea.
yeah. All
You know
right.
how they
So
fix that
Maybe in
is
a
they come out with a
DLC.
Hey, yeah. Why not? Right.
yeah. Well, no, they need to come out the third one where the kid's like an adult, he's all jacked and has like dual axes and hacking everybody up. People want to play with him.
yeah. All right. So Plague said we came back for Flight Simulator. We just briefly talked about having the Pelican there. I think it's a really cool feature. They're also adding helicopters, and there was another thing that they're
Yeah.
adding that I forgot.
Such
But
an amazing game.
I mean, Asobo that's following the suits of Plague Tale. That's Asobo as well. Focus Entertainment. I think it's Focus as well there. Um, I'm not sure. I'll look that up later, but it's definitely a Sobo on Flight Simulator. And you think about how different those two games are, and it's the same developer. And if you look at the quality that they're able to put out on a third-person stealth action game and a flight sim is amazing to me. All right, so Overwatch 2 we're seeing on the screen right now, I believe. Yep, and they
Yeah.
introduced Overwatch 2. It's gonna be free to play. This just looked like Overwatch 1 to me, but I may be a little
Yeah.
bit uh, you know ignorant on it, for lack of a better word. So let's move right on along. Era History Untold. That's I believe that's like Civilization. I want to say this game.
You guys talked about Overwatch 2 already?
I didn't have anything to say on it because it didn't really interest me. But feel free. Floor is yours. If you
I mean,
wanna.
this probably caught me by a biggest surprise for the
Really?
whole
Okay.
show, just as like an announcement. I don't know. I've been traveling a lot. I've been out of the loop, so I don't know if they've talked about Overwatch too much besides of like little headlines and rumors. But I
Yeah.
mean, Overwatch, like that's a game I played non-stop when it came
Same
out. I
here.
mean, like the
Yep.
competitive play on that game is it's almost unrivaled. Just the teamwork and everything that it takes. It's just so much fun to play.
Yeah.
And when I saw it drop, it looked like almost because it looks so similar to Overwatch 1, like you just said.
Right.
Like I didn't even think it was 2 at all until like they title dropped down. I was like, oh okay, because it looked like a lot of similar maps, all the same champions and whatnot, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? But
Right.
I mean, just to see early access in October coming to Game Pass again, Xbox like console launch with PC is just like just another huge get for them. Honestly, like between that and the stuff they did with Riot, it's like they're making huge plays, and Overwatch is just like it's another game that took the world by storm when it came out.
Yeah.
So
I agree with
I
that.
just I just think
The
it's a massive for them.
the the problem with I played it nonstop too, but I honestly didn't. I haven't played it really since like maybe mid to the end of 2018, somewhere around there. And the reason I stopped playing it is because, man, I hate to say it, but Blizzard has like a real issue with balancing their games and stuff. Like I swear
Right.
they change it, but they don't play it. Like they
Mhm.
don't know what it feels like to be oppressed by like some of these characters in their games, man.
Yeah, what I would compare it to is like I don't know if anyone here plays Destiny or had any. I know you played it for a little bit, Cyber, or at
Yeah.
least for a while. Destiny has that same issue where it's like you go through this phase where the meta is just like it's these champs or these guns are like
Yeah, or
so
nothing.
OP, and
Mhm.
that's it, or it's nothing. And Overwatch definitely had that problem. But I know
Mhm.
that I played it probably like a couple months ago because some of my buddies will still play it, and there's just so much more. There's so many more like options now in that game as opposed to back in 2018. Like there's so many champions, and if they
Mhm.
can really zone in on balancing it and making it to
Mhm.
where it's not like, like 20 Reinhardts running around on the map or whatever it is, like
Mhm.
then they'll have like another major hit on their hands.
Well, I'll put it this way: they had like a stream afterwards, and the stuff they were saying sounded perfect. They were like, "We made engine changes, so at the drop of
Hey,
a dime, if something's like broken or missing or
yeah.
something, we can go in and fix it right
They can do
away."
hot fixes instead of having
Yeah,
to do major updates. That's
I'll believe
key.
that when I see it, but
Right.
eventually the other advantage you're going to have is at least console bound on Xbox. They're going to be owned by them, so they could probably push updates as much as they want.
Right. Yeah,
So.
that's cool. I mean, and
Hey,
they're Blizzard, and with
Cod
the
and
whole
Tempest.
Mhm.
Oh, my bad. I just wanted to ask you guys, since you guys play this more, what you guys think of the announcement of the new mode that they had? It was like a free for all. Since you guys played more,
I mean, it sounds fun. It's
it
just
looked like
like
a free for all
some champions are just so much better than others. So if it's like
because the
they
majority of the
allow,
gameplay is a team.
right,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a lot of team play. And if they
Yeah.
do, I mean, they had like little, like let's say, for lack of a better word, like custom games where like community would create like different game modes and stuff.
Yeah, you could
And
do
those
like
were always,
deathmatch.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
fun. But if they're doing like free for all, then they are gonna have to allow like it could turn into a mess where it's like, if one character's
Maybe no
extremely,
abilities.
maybe, but abilities are kind of like the gameplay
Yeah,
mechanic
there's like
in
no
that
gun
game.
pickup. You don't pick up a
Yeah,
gun like
yes. So
Yeah,
like Soldier
yeah. Each character
76
has their
has his.
specific weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
I
either
remember
they
Soldier
have
76 was like my only go-to guy at the beginning. I was like, I'm
right,
just
Yeah,
sticking
he
with
right.
was
him.
like your Call of Duty. Listen, I love the game. It's just they kind of like even in 2018 when they were still coming out with content in a
Yeah.
weird way they kind of abandoned their own game while they were still coming out with stuff because they weren't like
Facts.
addressing problems.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
this game will live or die by their willingness to go in there and just balance the game properly. The only other thing too for Cotton and I, it means something because we played it a lot. But this one's 5 versus 5 instead of 6 versus 6, and they're implementing a class role lock. So there's one tank, two DPS, two
Yeah,
healers.
which is really good.
Yeah. So I mean, this one's going to be a bit different, but they just and no loot boxes. They said they're getting rid of the loot
That's
boxes.
key because loot boxes were huge, huge for
Yeah.
them back then.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's just an exciting. I think Overwatch is just like that's just the one thing that caught me off guard like the most. Like I was not expecting to see Overwatch in the
Also,
showcase.
this is an Xbox show, so let me just throw this out there.
yeah, yeah.
They don't own Activision yet.
Right.
Just think Diablo, Overwatch 2, but if they would have owned them by now,
Mm-hmm.
they would have had Call of Duty at this stage.
Yeah.
Call of Duty and any of the other future games coming from Activision. There's a ton of them. It just you put it in perspective, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
ridiculous.
A
It
bunch
really
of
is.
major titles.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
So.
So let's there's a little bit of Overwatch. If you're excited for it, great, man. It's gonna be free to play too, so I'm sure that we can get a lot of us, trying more of these games. Like I mentioned, now we have Bethesda here speaking. If you're into the Elder Scrolls Online, you have a new expansion coming out, and now they're talking about the Pit finally coming to Fallout 76. I haven't tried Fallout 76. I did play 3 and 4, but I haven't gone back. So I'm not sure. Was this coming to Game Pass? I was not. I
The
wasn't
DLC?
sure if the DLC, if the DLC is coming to Game Pass or not. But we'll.
I don't know, but can I just
Anybody?
I don't know
Yeah.
if
Anybody
anybody's
familiar
agree.
with this? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Tempest.
No, I'm vaguely familiar. I played when it originally launched, it was rough, but that's when I played
Yeah.
it. But I don't think this should have been at the show. Like
Mm.
this,
Nope.
This
agree.
felt way more like an extended showcase.
Extended, yeah.
I don't know, man. I just
Save those thoughts for right at the end when we go
Yeah,
to the end, because
okay.
I want to get
Yeah.
your overall opinion. So,
Yeah.
moving right along, we're gonna get to the game that Regulator wanted to talk about earlier. Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC coming back.
Yeah.
This came out on Forza Horizon
three.
3.
It was 3, right? Yeah, 3.
3.
And now it's back to 5, and we're gonna see it here in a little bit as soon as P. Hines is done giving his outro here. But yeah, I think this is a really cool feature to add in. The main difference on this is that you can actually build your own tracks. So there's a certain number of pieces now that you can put along. Before on 3, it was the tracks were already set up for you. Now you can build your own Hot Wheels track, which is it's kind of, I think it fits right in with the theme of Forza Horizon. I mentioned before I'm not a big racer, so maybe I'll jump in and try a few games with a couple of friends, but for me, I probably just won't play this as much as it deserves to be played. But anybody here excited for the Hot Wheels DLC?
Oh yeah.
Regulator, man, I know you wanted, you were chopping at the bits to talk about it. Go ahead, man. What you think?
I like the fact that they did add the whole track customization where you can make your own tracks. I think
Yeah,
they give
man.
you about like 80 or 84 tracks or something like that.
Yeah, they give you a lot of
It looks
pieces that
so
you can
fun
work with,
because the way that people already in this game make their certain races, like the just crazy of the fact that these guys are going to be able to make custom tracks where you're going to see the community make some pretty crazy stuff. And then especially
Yeah.
when you play with your friends and stuff, you can make your own tracks and stuff, your own races.
Yep.
I already have ideas how I want to make my tracks,
There you go.
but it's kind of bringing out the inner kid in me,
Awesome,
like
man.
building your own tracks and stuff.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
pretty exciting.
It looks it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna go there. It's gonna be something that you could probably
Yeah.
just get a bunch of friends, and it's gonna be available next month. And it's coming to Game Pass July 19th. So yeah, we can't wait for that. Anybody else any thoughts on
Yeah.
Hot Wheels or?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's
You're excited for everything, baby. I like it. Hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna give
yo,
you
I've been-
a clap.
There you go.
Man. I like
I'm
it. That's what it's
stoked,
all
man.
about, man. Having some fun.
I've been so busy recently, so when I got to see this, I was just like, all the games, I was over the roof, right?
Yeah, man.
Hot Wheels on Horizon 3 was something I was super excited for, and then I was a little it was cool, but I was a little let down just because like it just felt so limited.
Yep.
But this is it's a whole nother level, especially like Regulator just said with the custom map creator. I just think what they do with their mashups, like how they did the Lego mashup on the last, was it Horizon 4? They did a Lego mashup too. Like they got a good
that's
eye
right.
for
They
these
did.
kind of things,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just the scale of the tracks, they look massive. The creator is something I'm super stoked on, just because like it gives me vibes of GTA 5 racing when they added in all those extra track pieces that people could make, and just like the crazy maps people made on GTA 5 racing. It's just like now you're gonna get that with like the iconic orange tracks and the loops from Hot Wheels, and you're gonna have it with Forza and Forza driving and Forza like fidelity and graphics. So it's just the way you're gonna be able to incorporate the biomes, the landscape, and the tracks, and just make like Horizon's already like coined as like Forza's arcade racer, and this just
Yeah.
like takes it up to a whole nother level of for that like I guess genre of racing. And it's just Forza's unmatched in their fidelity, and
For sure.
in Horizon specifically, it's not the simulator type racing, but it's like as close as you're gonna get while it being for everyone. So I mean, Hot Wheels is iconic to me. I have so many Hot Wheels and tracks growing up as a kid, so it's just like this is the money. I mean, I already pre-ordered this. I'm ready to play it.
Man. Hell yeah. Good for you, man. Hey. All right, so I'm gonna go to speed round here. If there's any of these games that we guys want to touch on, just let me know, because we've got a lot of games to go through still. So Arc 2, anybody excited for Arc?
They're scam
That
artists,
was always
man.
good.
Arc, yeah, you like Arc, Regulator?
No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm kidding, but like, dude, they're
Okay.
just. I've seen. They're like, oh man, they're like used car salesmen. That developer, dude. Like,
I
we'll
have
see
no
when it
idea
comes
about
out,
it. I
bro.
don't. I think I never touched Ark, so I can't speak on it.
Ark is a savage game, man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
server going on there for months. They can't.
Isn't Ark similar? Where'd he go again?
Oh God, man.
I was about to
him
say,
out,
isn't
no.
Ark similar to like Rust? Isn't it like a similar
Yes, yes, it
Okay.
is.
type?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
have
savage.
no
Same
idea.
Yeah,
That's
it is
where
because
I'm at
people
on this
do
game.
build
It's a light.
servers. Yeah.
It's a risky
It's a
game,
life
that
taker.
game.
That's what it
yeah,
is.
it takes up all your time,
That's
but
what
it's
I'm
fun.
saying.
Some of
I
my friends are
can't with these
diehard on
games.
it.
I can't, man. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I just can't anymore. All right, so
That's why
Ark
I
2
stopped playing it, because it does take your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is coming to Game Pass, so right, it is. I'm pretty sure it is coming to Game Pass, so feel
Yeah.
free. All right, so scoring. I'll show scoring because I was I was a little bit hyped for this game before. I don't know where I'm at with it now. I'll definitely give it a go. I do enjoy the horror genre quite a lot. I'm just not sure where I'm at with this game. You know,
Very disturbing.
I'll just watch the first like 4 Aliens movies again. Honestly,
yeah.
Like, it's kind of,
This is definitely like Prey. This is like
The old school Prey.
the first
yeah,
one.
like
The
the old
first
school
one,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when everybody was like weirded out, like how the game was. You see stuff on the walls. You
Yeah.
see
That game
like,
was ahead of its
portals.
time. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
The original
yeah,
Prey for me.
absolutely.
My hurdle with this game is I wouldn't have a problem playing it. Yeah, it's cool. It's creepy, but like, is there story? I mean, is what's pulling you
What's
through
going on?
this like
Yeah.
this torture? You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll play it just for the
I'm gonna be
alien
honest,
aesthetics.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna
Rico.
say, I'm gonna be honest. It's a smart move to put it on Game Pass because
Oh, man.
Very smart.
You don't know what you're gonna get when it comes to who's gonna be playing
100%.
this.
I agree
But just
with that.
being available, just already alone, just Game Pass is gonna help out this game.
I agree. Following that, we got Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. Nothing for me on that game. I know this right here is a big game, but Minecraft Legends. Just the name itself does, it's great for the show. I'm sure it does wonders with with marketing and certain keywords. But I haven't gone back to Minecraft Dungeons. I haven't never touched Minecraft, but Minecraft Dungeons I enjoyed playing it. I played with my nephew quite a lot. So yeah,
Like my kids play Minecraft all. It's Minecraft. Okay, I'll
still
tell you
huge,
what.
man. Whether you play it or not, it's undeniable
man.
the scope of that, the size and the power that game has.
Do you know Asmongold, the streamer? He
Yes.
was a follow. Okay, he did this video where he was just doing like he was literally looking at Google Trends and like search results, how many people like the interest in things. I always thought like Pokemon was like the biggest game in existence, but
Yeah.
he pitted up Pokemon versus Roblox and Minecraft, and dude, Minecraft is literally like the biggest game ever. It's just
Yeah.
ever, because
It's huge.
like ever. It's ridiculous. So that's why you're always going to see Minecraft at these shows, because they literally own like the biggest game of all time.
It's
It's
a
ridiculous.
behemoth,
And
man.
Tempest, it's not even graphically like impressive, but it's a great game because of the things you can do with it is amazing.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Following Minecraft Legends, we got Layer Frontier, Gunfire Reborn, and I'll touch on this one a little bit because this one caught my eye. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Anybody else thought that was a little cool indie game that really I think deserved more attention? We'll see it here in a bit. But was anybody interested in any of the games that I mentioned or no?
I don't really remember the ones you just mentioned, but I was really, I was all over the place that day when it aired,
yeah.
so I probably missed it.
So
lo-
this year we'll see it
That
right now.
lightweight Frontier looked cool. That one looked pretty
Yeah.
cool. The Frontier one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's
team based.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's showing right now.
That's the one that's playing right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just follow it here. This wasn't really for me on this one. But this
Yeah.
seems like it's a mix between, I don't know, Stardew Valley
look like-
and
Yeah.
something
Farming
else.
Simulator.
Farming
mixed with-
Simulator.
It looked like Slime Rancher and Minecraft or something.
I do like the
I-
idea. That,
Yeah.
One thing that I'll mention is that we'll see here, and I think Indy made a great point on the chat as well. He says, you know, they feel like people are running out of ideas to create games, and that's why I appreciate indie titles so much, because I feel like those games can still be as creative as they can be, right? They can push some boundaries, they can try the different things, and that's where we get the most unique features and unique gameplay, graphic art styles and things like that. These bigger games, they're just trying to push an envelope, whether that be graphics or, you know, size of the game and things like that. And it's just becoming a little bit too of the same for me personally. I don't know if you guys feel it that way, but we're gonna see Benedict Fox here in a little bit.
I was gonna-
this game.
I was gonna say
here-
something, Cyber. This
Yeah,
is
man.
why. Oh my bad.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say
This
something.
right here is
This is
gunfire
why
replay,
I
right?
feel
Yeah.
like. This is why I feel like Game Pass is essential, and
It's key, yeah.
because it brings out these indies out of the AAA shadow that these AAAs be putting over all these smaller games, which people, that's all they talk about is AAA games. But then when these little games come out, they don't even pay attention to them. This is where Game Pass comes in and actually does its job, where you actually get to try out all these games. I don't know if you tried Deliver Us to the Moon. Like, I would have never
I
played
did,
that.
yeah. I 1000
played
that
it,
game.
and it was awesome. It was awesome.
good.
It was
I
an awesome
enjoyed it.
game, and I can't wait for Deliver Us to Mars. The sequel.
Yeah.
That looks. I'm gonna play that one because the first one, it has really no combat whatsoever, but like the story of it was so grabbing to the point where I had to finish the storyline to see what happened towards the end, which was really good.
Yeah, that's where, you know, that's that balance where you ask people, I don't know, what do you care about most about games, like the storytelling or the gameplay? But there's sometimes the gameplay grabs you in a way where the story doesn't matter, and vice versa. Sometimes like the story will grab you, and the gameplay you'll just, you know, force yourself through it because you want to finish that story. And a lot of those games do that, and I agree with that. So the game that we're about to show here, it's The Last Case of Benedict Fox. I thought it was really unique looking, had a really good atmosphere about it. You're trying to solve a case. It seems like it's very
platformer, isn't it?
dark
It's giving me
platformer.
Batman vibes.
Oh
Some
yeah,
Arkham.
for sure, 100%. Maybe that's what it was. Subconsciously, that's what happened.
Right.
The visual aspect of reminded me of Gotham too much, and I was like, yeah, I'm going in with this game. This game is really cool, man. Plot twist is gets creating. It is.
I do remember this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little platform.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks dope. Man, I told people, some friends of mine, and I think I told probably this before too, is now, like, I'm at a point in my life now that I'm trying so many different games, and there's a certain type of game that I want to play just because, one, Tempest, you could probably relate to this, because of time, and two, like, I just want to try something else. Like, I've been playing like so many shooters and things for such a long time that, like, I just sometimes I want to take a break from that, you know, and like
For sure.
these indies right here does exactly what I want for me right now. It's like a great palate cleanser. I go and I try these games. I have time to finish them. Some of these games, because my son is glued to me right now. So some of these games I can play, maybe not this one, but some of these other games I can play, you know, with him in the same, you know, with me in the living room and things like that. But
Right.
yeah, I thought this game right here is gonna be a sleeper. I'm
For sure.
excited to see this one right here. It's a platform, as you can see. I think you're trying to solve maybe your father's murder or something like that, something in that along those lines. But don't hold me to it. All right.
To put in my
Yeah.
2 cents for this game,
Absolutely.
it's I will probably not like it because games like this, man, I die all the time. Making those jumps, I can't do it, man. I
Your
can't do
time
it.
is off.
I
This is what
can't
you
do
get
it.
every time you jump right there. Oh,
I
that's what you
can't do
get.
it.
All right.
But I
Hey
mean, it
man.
does look interesting though. It looks pretty nice. But for me, it's definitely a no.
Yeah, but to
I
the
love your honesty. Normally, guys are like,
exact.
"Oh,
Hey
it's
man.
just not for me." But Pride's like, "Man, I suck."
Oh yeah, hey, I'm honest. It's the
Hey,
truth, man.
but the good thing is it is on Game Pass. So if you are a subscriber, you can always try these games. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to buy it to see if you're gonna like this thing or not. And like I think I mentioned to you, Pride, it's just like, kind of. I think I mentioned this on the Indies Summerfest kickoff last week on his channel. Make sure you guys go watch that stream. It's like, just like food, when people tell you, hey, you should try something you didn't like every X amount of years. Do that with a game as well. Try a genre that you haven't tried. A good place to try it is Xbox Game Pass Club, my second channel. It's like a book club, but for games,
Yep.
okay? Where we go there, we choose a game.
Shameless
My,
plug.
Shameless plug, where we go there and we try different games, different genres, and as a community, we want to, discuss these games and maybe, hey, this is what I like. Oh, I just discovered something new. That's the beauty of it. Xbox Game Pass allows you to do that now. There's hundreds of games. You see more and more games coming out, and that's exactly for that. Like I'm trying to play Shredder's Revenge there with some friends, and have some discussions
Let
and,
me
and see what we
know.
like.
Let me know.
Absolutely. All right.
Hey, Cyber, I had a
yeah,
question
man.
for you. Since you like this game, does
Yeah.
the main character, the protagonist, look like Guybrush from Escape from Monkey Island? You ever played that one?
uh,
I played that one on
I
PS2.
kind of a little bit.
Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Escape from
It did.
Monkey
That game
Island is a
was great.
classic, bro. Yeah,
That's
for
yeah,
sure.
that thing is so great. I used to play that shit all the time. That was really
Yeah.
good.
All right. A Dusk Falls comes up next, and this has a real unique art style. I'm just not sure where how people are feeling. I mean, it looks like narratively it's gonna be an amazing storytelling game. I'm just not sure if I'm feeling the art style. You guys are gonna see it here in a bit, but I'm all for developers trying new things. Like we said, I love when people try to push the envelope in another direction, try something new, not just giving us the same old thing over and over. So this is also coming to Game Pass. I'm definitely giving this a try. Anybody remember this game or looking forward to this game at all?
I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
No. Narrative
I would say looking
in
forward
games.
to it, but
Oh,
the
okay.
eight
I do
player
remember this trailer now.
I just don't know
the eight player
if
multiplayer
this is
kind of
the
threw me
whole
off.
game.
I don't
Like
know how it's that.
all this that motion, that animation is throughout the whole game. That's what I think. I would rather have been more of a static motion. Like just tell me in storyboards or something. That motion I think it's what's throwing me off. But I'll give it a go.
Is it kind of like a Telltale style game? Like
See,
It looks like it.
I prefer just a Telltale
interesting.
game.
Right,
yeah. I'm
right,
actually
where it's
playing
fully
through one.
animated.
Yeah. I'm actually playing through one of the Telltale games right now. But all right,
Please
well,
tell me it's
that's
Borderlands because that was the best one.
oh no,
That
I'm playing through
Borderland.
the
Batman?
no the Batman. Come on.
You already played through those.
Play that. Come on.
I
The
may have
Walking
finished
Dead
it
one.
already 3
really
times.
good. Really good.
Yeah.
Oh, The Walking Dead's
Yeah.
nice.
Then we saw Naraka Blade Point come by. That looked
Ooh,
really
that one is
cool as
cool.
well. Let's bring
That
that
looks
up.
dope.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
I think it's right here. Yeah, this one got a lot of attention as well. I think people were excited for this one.
This is cool. I hope a lot
Yeah.
of people play it.
Yeah,
I
this one
really
looks
do.
good.
Yeah. Anybody want to touch base a little bit on this one? Anybody excited for this? Regulator Tempest. I heard you guys commenting on it.
Yeah, I was already excited seeing this, but when the Tuesday show popped up, I was even more excited because there's like a full on like character creator to it, which I didn't realize, and it was hilarious, dude. They pulled up a picture in the trailer. They pulled up a picture of Phil Spencer,
Oh,
and like put his face on one of the characters.
really?
Like, dude, it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was
Dope.
great.
Yeah, I was like, did they just did they just do that? I was like, damn, that's funny. But like this game has like 10 million players or something like that,
Wow.
and so it's
Okay.
already big on PC. So
Yeah, the
yeah, it could
player
be one of
base is
those
already
things where
big.
it doesn't catch on, but I think this
Yeah.
is the kind of game that will catch on with a gamepad because it's I mean you're looking at it, it just looks like that kind of game. So it looks cool, dude. Hey, if any of you all are interested in playing it with me, I'm gonna be trying it out at least for sure. So
Hey man, the only thing that I can say is I just played Ninja Gaiden. I think Regulator was on the party with me. I think I lasted for like 5 minutes. I said, nope, next.
Nope.
Oh man,
Nope.
Yeah, man. All
I
right,
told
let's
you to
be-
go to 2, man.
You
I told
did.
to go
You
to
really
2.
did. And
Ninja
I was in the
Gaiden 2 is
clouds. So,
great.
all right.
Oh, that's
Pentiment.
why.
Oh, Pentiment is coming up. I think I was really intrigued by this game. It's you're trying to solve a mystery, a murder mystery, I believe, and I've just been playing AI the Summoning Files. And I think my mind is still trying to solve mysteries and things like that. So this game really grabbed my attention. I just wasn't expecting this from. I think this is from Obsidian, right? I
Yeah, this is
believe
Josh
so.
Sawyer's
Yeah,
game, right?
absolutely. So the writing's gonna be good. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm excited for this one. Anybody is this doing anything for anybody? Anybody's meter? Everybody on low?
So-
too much
Uh,
reading
uh,
for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'll be honest with you. If this was voiced, I would play it
True, very
because
true. Yeah,
it looks like it has that like ridiculous little something that could grab me. It looks
Yeah.
just ridiculous enough where I'm like, I'd want to play that. But dude, I can't. I've already read so much in this trailer, dude.
That's
I'm
all
like,
I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Come on.
Yeah, it's probably not
All
for
right.
me.
All right,
Yeah.
It's
cool,
probably
cool.
the
Let's-
diamond in the rough that I'll never get to find. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so they I'm gonna run through some of these games here. So Grounded is finally coming to actual,
That game's awesome.
Yeah, Grounded is
Amazing.
really
Yeah.
we tried it around the
Grounded's
time.
good.
So it's actually
Oh,
coming.
yeah.
It's leaving beta. It's gonna be the actual game. It's gonna have a story. It's gonna be great. Erebin Shadow Legacy. Okay, that's the one that's like you're going through the shadows, I believe. And then
That's cool.
That
Yeah,
one's
that
pretty
looked-
cool. That looks
looked
pretty cool.
Mhm.
And then we saw probably one of my games of the show, which was Diablo 4. And I'm not that big of a Diablo
Ooh,
fan.
Yes.
Okay.
Me neither, but it
And
looks so good.
man, that game caught me.
Yes, it
I don't
does.
know what it is. It caught me by surprise, man. This game looks amazing. I thought graphically it looked good. I've been playing a lot of The Ascent, and I played a lot of Hades as well. So this game here, an introduction for me personally to the Diablo franchise, looked good. I loved the vibe of it, the atmosphere. So yeah, being open world now too, where you're gonna be exploring, events are gonna be happening all over the place. It looked good. Anybody else excited for Diablo 4 or no?
I'm in the
Yes.
same
I'm
boat
with
as
you,
you.
Cyber.
Yeah. After the Ascent, man, I might have to try this.
Oh yeah, we
100%.
played the Ascent together, man. That's
Yeah.
from me, you, Beer Belly, Regulator. Were you there one time or no?
I didn't join you guys, but I played this and I liked it.
You're
I
too
liked it a
cool,
lot.
bro. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Too cool for school. Too cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a real quick story. My experience with Diablo
Yeah.
and how addictive it is. My wife and I were newlyweds. It was on the 360. This is before the Xbox One,
Okay.
and we're sitting there and we started playing at maybe at like 10:30 or so. I don't even know why. It's like not like her style of game, but she decided to play it, and so we kept itching the couch closer and closer to the TV.
Yeah.
And we just kept playing it and playing it. Next thing you know, it was like 4 a.m. the following day. So we played it from like 10 a.m. to like 4 a.m. We barely ate or anything, and we could not. Dude, this
That
game
grind.
captures that adrenaline of seeing loot pop out. Whatever you kill and you see the loot pop out of it,
Yeah.
bro. Like there's just not. So Diablo has a certain something. Here again, though, just like Overwatch, the proof is going to be in the pudding for this game and how they support it after the game's out. Like if they keep adding like bosses, areas, dungeons, raids, stuff like that, they're gonna have like a 5 to 10 year game on their hands. If
Yeah.
they don't, you know, like Diablo 3, people don't like to talk about it if you're a Diablo fan, but Diablo 3 died really, really hard. Like
Okay.
even with the big expansion, Reaper of Souls, it was like talked about for like a month, and then they never updated it after that. They just let it die. So if they actually support this one, then you got it. They have a killer hit on their hands. I can tell just by looking at it. It looks ridiculously good.
It looks good,
So
man. It
Yep.
looks
It looks
amazing. I can't
phenomenal.
wait to play this.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Cotton.
Cotton, were you gonna say something, good sir? Or-
Oh, I mean, I never played Diablo, so I'm down to play it.
Oh,
For
my
shame.
man. Well, me in here. Hey, ding ding. We got
That's
two.
what I mean. I'm in the same boat as Cyber right now. I
That's
thought it
it.
looked good. I mean, Rod Ferguson, he gave us Gears 5 and the
The
team over there at the Coalition.
the
So it's
wolf. Yeah, the
I
wolf
I
pack is
believe that
starting. There
is
was one. Now there's two.
See,
Here
it's
we
gonna
go.
be
see,
good.
if you don't know Cotton, Cotton goes hard on games, man. Like
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
If this one grabs his attention, he's gonna
I
be
can
like fully
see.
legendary geared.
I
Or
want to
like,
be sucked in. Yeah, I
yeah,
gotta be
man.
careful.
He'll be like on.
I was really happy that they disclaimed that everything here was shown on the Series X. I thought
Yeah.
that was good of them.
Yeah.
It looks so good, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. So right here we got five here already. So they can support up to 8. Is that was that correct, or was that only for the remaster too? Is it gonna be four?
Uh,
This is gonna be 4 player or 5. I wasn't sure.
I think there's 8 people per
There is
world,
8
but in
people.
your party. Oh, side note too.
Yeah,
Uh, if it's a great couch co-op game as well. It's fantastic.
awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
after Diablo, Sea of Thieves came out, season 7. Sea of Thieves
mhm.
continues to keep growing, huh? That's a freaking
Such a
game.
great
That's
game.
man.
Yeah.
Love
I
that
still have to
game.
go back. I think I mentioned to regulator. I have to go back and do the Pirates of the Caribbean
Hey, I'll go. I'll
expansion.
do it with you.
Let's go. I'm
I'll
down.
do it.
Xbox Game Pass Club. Let's go. We got another
I'll
We
throw
all
one.
on
gotta
my
get on the
Bing
ship,
bang.
man.
Bing bang. Let's
throw on my
go.
Pirate Legend gear. No one will mess with us. We can sail
Hell yeah.
safely. You know what I
That
mean?
that game takes so much time too because you do like 2 freaking quests and it's already like 4 hours in.
Oh
It's
It takes
yeah.
ridiculous.
forever,
Yeah.
man. You
It's
gotta
fun,
sail
man.
all over, but it is
That
fun though. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Dude,
The essence
so
of
much
video
fun.
games,
especially
man.
with
It's the
friends.
fun, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We gotta look
That
at
that
rate.
update is something that like super people are looking forward to for that game. It's
Yeah,
just
let's look. Take a
I
look.
can't. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
for sure.
customization of the ships and everything,
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. Like the inside.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like it's just subtle, right? On the grand scale, but it's like it gives that personalization to your ship, like on top of everything else they have in the game,
Hmm.
and like them kind of giving you control over the internals of your ship and like customizing your pirate hideout if you're a legend. Like it's just stuff that's like the community has asked for, and they're delivering. So
Yeah,
it's free. So like, what more can you
absolutely.
ask for?
Yeah, it's coming in with Game Pass, so it's whatever you're paying for your subscription, it's gonna be well worth
I
it.
think it's
Yeah.
free in the game if you own the
Oh, is it
game as
really?
well.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good on them.
And I think that's why they're so successful, man. Like these games like this, they're actually listening to their audience. You know what I mean? Like you
Hey,
said.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's right.
these companies need to understand that we're the ones that are here putting in the hours and playing and doing all that. So, when we say like, this is gonna work, I'm pretty sure like 85 to 90% of the time it will work. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
everybody's
yeah.
gonna love
Sure.
it. So
The success of the
yeah,
game itself tells you that, right? It started in a
yeah,
state which was barely had any content, and all of a sudden, um, it's got how many players? I just missed how many players they have. 20 million, 30 million. What did they
yeah.
say?
Yeah.
It was
It,
like
30
20 or
million
30.
right there. 30 million players now. So
I was playing this game on like their closed alpha, right? When all you could do was like dig up X marks the spot and like sell a
yeah.
pig in a
Oh, I remember
cage, and
doing that
like
too. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
how far the game has come is like so remarkable.
Insane. Yeah.
And like I hadn't played it for a year or two. The Pirate's Life came out. I played it a little bit, but over the last like 3 months, I've played this game almost more than any other game. They continually, like, if you don't play this game for a month, there's already so much more stuff for you to do in that game. It's
Mhm.
really impressive.
Nice.
This game had a really cool look to it as well. Um,
Yeah, this game looked pretty cool.
yeah. Ravenlock. This is that game. Following
Yeah.
it came Cocoon, and then we got Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Reminded me of Sekiro, I believe.
Yeah, that one
But
Okay.
looked pretty dope
Yeah,
too.
that looked pretty
that
dope. I
game's
haven't
gonna be
played it right
awesome,
now.
Now
man.
you're getting into the good stuff. Yeah, this is okay. So I'll just come out and say it. Even though I had to play it on the basic PlayStation 4, not even the Pro,
Uh,
dude.
Look at that.
Neo 2.
Yeah,
Neo 2 has the best combat system out of like any game I think I've ever played.
I
It
got
is
Neo
that
too.
good.
Never
It
played
is
it, but
so
I'll give it a
good.
try.
Oh, dude, it is so good. It is so fantastic. And this is that. I'm a Team Ninja. I mean, this is them.
Yeah.
And just by
Mhm.
looking at it here, this looks a little bit more like a Dynasty Warriors kind of, just because of how many like
Right.
enemies there is. But if they could make a Dynasty Warriors style game, but with the combat of Neo 2, bro, I'm so in.
This
Yeah,
game's gonna be awesome. And just
this
think
game.
about how big Elden Ring was, and Sekiro, and this
Yeah.
is just it's in that vein. It's gonna be amazing.
The one
You
thing
know,
that I will say about these games, they need to try. The thing that you're fighting the most sometimes because of the scale of the bosses, okay, is you're fighting the damn camera. Okay, that's what you're
For
fighting.
sure.
yeah.
Oh man,
Mhm.
they got to figure out a way to either fix that. I don't know how to do it. I'm no developer. I don't know what to say. You know.
Yeah,
But
it's that way in Elden Ring too, and that's like the best game
oh
ever.
yeah,
Yeah, it was that way in that game too. It's a yeah, you're right. It is a problem in these
it's
games
a
for
problem,
sure.
man. You got to swing that thing around and well, easy, you know. But
It's gotta
This
do
is a big
huge
deal
wide
though.
shot.
Yeah, this is a big deal though for
Yeah.
Xbox and
I
Japanese
agree.
support. I mean,
Yeah.
Massive.
this is a console exclusive, or at least timed exclusive, whatever that means, and it's on Game Pass, day one. So that's
Yeah.
a big deal to me. That stuff's important to me.
I mean, when they first like announced this game originally, it was like all over the place. Like people were talking about it like crazy. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Then we gotta look at something coming on Xbox that has never been on the Xbox ecosystem, and that's Persona
Mhm.
3, 4, and 5 coming to Game Pass. I've never played a Persona game, so to me, this didn't do too much.
Have any of you played Persona yet?
But
No.
No.
No, I haven't
Oh.
tried it.
Okay, so this to me was my jump out of the seat and scream and shout and
well,
get excited moment.
Tempest, floor is yours, bud. Talk about it. Let's
Okay.
go. We're ready.
These games are all three of these games are in my top 10. One of them is in like my top 5, top 3 games of all time, and that's Persona 4. These games they're not for everybody. I get it, but just knowing that these games, like I almost had tears in my eyes when they announced this. I mean it. My wife and I have played these games. My 2 oldest children has watched the animes with us. So I'm sitting there cheering, and Courtney's like, "Is this really happening? Is this happening?" I'm like, "It's happening!" I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then the kids
That's
come over,
awesome.
like, What happened?" And they're like, "Persona." They're asking like, "Persona?" It's
Yeah.
like it's coming, and they're so the whole game it's about the characters that you team up with. Um, there's something called social links, and the stronger your link with these people gameplay wise, the stronger you become,
Okay.
but there's essentially 10 like scenes you get per character, and they're pretty lengthy, a lot of dialogue, tons of character development. And all of these games, it's a long JRPG. All of them are like around the 100-hour mark, and by the end of it you are devastated that the game ends, because you come so attached to these characters. And honestly, the overarching story of the games is fantastic. um, Persona 3 is like kind of apocalyptic. You're trying to like quote unquote save the world. The fourth one is literally a Scooby-Doo story. It's like a
Okay.
Scooby-Doo mystery
Okay.
story. Think of it that way. And there is a mystery going on. By the end of it, you find out who it is, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And
Tempest,
the
I don't
fifth
mean to cut
one,
you off really quick. I'm just gonna say,
yeah.
Indie Gamer, man, I appreciate you coming by. You're crazy for even coming by, man, at this hour over there. But
Oh
thank you
yeah.
so much for your
Thanks, Indy.
support, bud, and we'll see you. Everybody, make sure you go subscribe
Oh
to that
yeah.
man's channel. Quality work. But go ahead, Tempest. I
Well,
apologize.
yeah, so I'll wrap it up quick because I could sit here and talk forever. I don't want to do that. So just the artwork, the characters, and they're not adult stories in the sense of like they're not like crude or crass or anything like that. But the subject matter for a lot of the characters is so like mature, but not in like I said like rated TV MA mature. It's just
Yeah.
like mature in the sense of what they're going through, and the music is godly. It's literally
Yeah.
godly. The music is godly. I just they're the reason why they haven't been on Xbox yet is because Atlas is a small studio, and as much as I love them, they're not very efficient. Like they make some of their games are kind of smaller, and it still takes them years to finish. So
Okay.
the fact that they got them to commit to porting these at all is a super huge deal, and I just this is one of my favorite game series, and a lot of the people that have played Persona and like it, it's also some of their favorite game series. It's just it's quality for a JRPG and the kind of game it is. It's just truly like unique and special.
Yeah.
And like I have to Phil's never I mean hopefully he sees this, it'd be great, but like I have to thank him and whoever it is that made this possible, dude. Like it
It's
just
big. Yeah.
means
Big
so much to
announcement.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all get to play it on Game Pass. You get to try it. It might not be your cup of tea, but you at least get
Right.
to try it. And if you like it like I do,
Mm-hmm.
I am excited for you. I'll put it to you that way.
Awesome.
And just like I just this was it. This was my moment. The show could have been a complete dud. We could have they could have just backed out and not shown me Starfield, and I could have seen this, and I
Yeah.
still would have been happy. Like this, that did it for me. I mean, like October, I played and beat Persona 5, but like I don't care when Persona 5 hits on Xbox. Like I'll take time off work. You know, like
Okay.
I'm gonna play it again, and I cannot wait. So
Yeah.
that's how I felt about that
So,
announcement.
have
So.
you ever played AI, the Somnium Files?
I didn't play it, but you showed me a lot of the stuff that you liked
Yeah.
in it. And
Uh-huh.
let me just say, a lot of that humor and a lot of that style of writing
Okay.
is interwoven in the Persona games, especially in some of the stories behind some of your teammates.
Okay.
Like some of
Okay.
them get pretty not wacky, but like I said, it's very like mature. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. No, I get it.
it's really good. It's
Oh,
really
man.
really good.
I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the AI Somnium Files at 1000 that game. That's how much I enjoyed it because I was just having so much fun with the dialogue and the writing and the gameplay. So I'll definitely give this a go now. So
Good. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So we see here on screen. Anybody else wanted to touch a Persona or
Never played it.
okay?
I just
wait to try it.
think I never played it either, but I think it's a good get because
Oh yeah.
Game Pass is just gonna just open it up for everyone else to try it out.
Oh,
that
mobile.
hasn't tried it out.
Hey, what you
Yeah,
just
mobile
said
too.
there, Japan and America has been begging Atlas to put this game on the Switch. Now that you could be in Japan where
And
this
play it
game
on your
is
phone.
made and is so
Yeah.
big with a phone, mobile,
That's
and it's
true.
the perfect game
It's
to
gonna
play
be
mobily.
huge.
It's
gonna be
massive.
it's a JRPG. Doesn't require really good timed button presses. Playing this game mobile would 1000% be worth it or good for it. So
You're
it's
gonna
a
see
huge
the
deal.
increase. You're gonna see the increase with more Japan studios keep coming
Oh heck yeah!
to Game Pass. You're gonna see the growth in Game Pass X Cloud over there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
I agree
Yeah.
with that for sure. Then we got to see the man himself, Hideo Kojima, partnership with Xbox. This is a really
Got
big
a lot of
hit
people
for
mad.
Xbox. Got a lot of people mad. I don't know why. He's worked with Xbox before, but yeah, this
Apparently, it's only for Sony.
yeah, but he came on. He wants. They're doing something with the cloud infrastructure, which is kind of cool. He has some type. He works his magic on whatever he puts his hands on. I'm just not sure. Like Death Stranding did nothing for me. Metal Gear Solid, amazing game to me personally. That's trending now. So I
Mhm.
don't know where I'm gonna get here. I just hope it's something. It seems like it's gonna be something creatively different than what we've seen before, which I'm excited about. I just don't know when we're gonna see this game. So I'm sure it's
Right.
a long ways out, especially if it's using clouds as it's some of its like I said, some of its space, some of its architecture infrastructure, and I know
Mhm.
we know that in cloud here in the states and places all over the world, we're still working on that. So, what do you guys think about this announcement? I know it's a big get, but anybody was excited? Anybody thinks it was you know
I mean, that was I'm in the same mindset as you are. Death Stranding, I could care less about. I like Metal
yeah
Gear. Um, he's more just like that. It's like when you see a movie with your favorite actor in it, right? Like this is the guy for games, like behind the
yeah
creative for games. It's like, oh, Kojima's doing this game. It's like it's definitely going to be outside the box. It could be, even groundbreaking. And it's just Xbox through this whole show,
he's a
whether
Tom Cruise of video games.
right. I mean, it's just like through the whole show, like what they did with Riot Games, like
Yeah,
bringing Overwatch to the console, like exclusive or whatever they're doing with just like so many different things to bring Kojima in to do like a project partner with Xbox, even though he's worked with them before, his games have come to Xbox before. It's just like they're really like this is all besides the fact that we're literally talking about an Xbox and Bethesda showcase where Xbox
yeah,
owns Bethesda now and Xbox is about to own Activision and Blizzard. Like they are really pushing the bar of just
Mhm.
getting to everybody. Like
hmm
the broad scale that they're reaching out to as far as the audience is it's unprecedented in gaming. So
yeah,
it's a huge get for them, like you said.
Yep.
yeah,
I think the name alone, Kojima, it just throws out. I have to try it out, and it
yeah.
being on Game Pass, it's gonna be on Game Pass alone too. Is already gonna just like I'm gonna give it a shot, no matter what it is. It's probably gonna be
For
something
sure.
crazy,
Yeah.
knowing Death Stranding what it was like. This I don't know. He's gonna use the cloud with it. It's just I don't know what to expect, but I'm gonna
Uh,
try it out.
I'm
Hopefully we're
assuming
not. Hopefully
it's.
we're not too dumb to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
wow,
Right.
wow, yeah. I'm assuming it's going to be just like a normal game. I think yeah, I think the difference is he's going to implement like phones into it somehow or
yeah,
some way to use the phone in the cloud to constantly update like your game or something like that.
yeah.
I don't really know what else the heck you could
Or
do.
you're looking at your phone or something in the cloud while you're playing the game to figure something out. I don't know, something
Yeah,
along those
something like
lines.
that. Yeah.
Probably,
As long
you
as it's
have
not
any
like a
familiarity
requirement.
with Hideo Kojima? He did Metal Gear Solid. Did you ever play any of those games?
I played Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah,
but I that was probably the only game I played of his, to be honest.
yeah, yeah.
But what it seems and what you guys are like basically like talking about, like his name himself is a marketing type of deal
Mm-hmm.
where it attracts the audience. So regardless of what game that they collab with or do, it's going to be something that most likely everybody's going to be interested in, at least taking a chance on it and looking it up and stuff like that. So,
For
but I
sure.
mean, definitely would love to see what comes out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Now for the main course, the game that everybody's been hoping to see, Starfield. What did everyone
Ooh.
think? I'll give my quick thoughts here, or maybe I'll let you guys go first, and then I'll chime in as you guys go first. I'll go down the order. Regulator, what'd you think, man? Starfield, was it worth the wait? Was it worth the hype?
I say yeah. Just I feel like it's gonna take so much time out of my day, like
Mm,
to play that game. I know they said about 40 hours of story, just pretty much doing the story, but the the all the planets and everything and customization with building your own base on your planets and picking your crew for your ship and for your base, like
yeah.
just so much. And then the dialogue, all the dialogue added to it, it's just they I think they went in pretty good detail with the trailer and with the commentary that they had with it, to the point where you kind of know what it is but you don't know the full story of it, but because it looks like it's a type of game where you build your own story, you make it the
Mm,
way you go. Everybody's going to have a different experience with it. My story is going to be different from yours depending on which route you take. It's
yeah.
kind of like Skyrim a little bit, like with the type of route and faction you choose that or what you want to do. And those type of games are always cool because you can always go with each other and be like, oh, you did this, I did that, you did this, I did this. It's cool because it always creates a conversation of maybe next time when I play this, I'm gonna go this route, or you're gonna, it's just, it looks like a game that I'm excited for, and I know it got a little backlash from the whole, well, I wouldn't say backlash. I would just say more people just hating on it for the fact that you can't fly throughout the whole space. But there's a lot of
Mm,
great games out there that don't even do that. Mass Effect
yeah.
doesn't even do that. You got a lot of planets, but it doesn't even do that. But it's still a great game just because the story alone already just makes up for the whole I can't fly and land this ship on this planet. But I'm really excited for this one. It really got my interest. I feel like the shooting mechanics are a lot different from previous any like Fallout
Bethesda
games,
game. Okay.
but the shooting mechanics look a little different, and I'm pretty excited for that. But
Awesome.
overall,
It's
yeah, the
funny.
game, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm I'm ready for it, man.
Awesome. It's funny you said about the time. They said 40 hours, if you probably take the main story. Let me tell you guys a little story. Skyrim, you could probably finish in about 3 to 4 hours. I have like over 100 something hours in that game. Never beat the story because that world is that world
Yep,
is it's what
it takes you
grabbed
off of
me.
it, man.
Yeah, so like that medieval fantasy world, like the first time I till this day I can vividly see like the first time I'm walking through the field, and then that dragon just, bro, that dragon comes right down, and I'm like, oh my god, like what is going on here? This game is amazing. Like grab me from the jump.
Yep.
I will say that this here um, didn't do that for me. Not I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game. I'm just saying to me personally, it didn't showcase that well. Just because I tried, so a lot of people I think fairly were comparing to No Man's Sky. There's a lot of similarities, um, but I just don't know if that's what I was expecting for from a space perspective. Like I tried No Man's Sky, I played like an hour of that game and I was done. I couldn't do it for some. So this game here, I'm just trying to hope to see a little bit more of what it could be. But this does have combat, it has a bunch of different aspects to it. But let me go to you, Pride. What did you think, man? Were you excited? Did you know about Starfield beforehand? Are you excited from what you
Yeah,
saw?
yeah. So I actually did, and I read a little bit about it and watched, obviously the official gameplay and stuff like that. But I mean, with a game like this, man, I feel like it has to grab your attention within the first like hour that you play. I know it's like like you said with Skyrim, like the game is easy to finish, but you have so much stuff that you can do outside of it. So it's like the story here. If it is 40 hours to finish, that
Bro,
I actually didn't
this only
know.
has 1,000 planets. It doesn't have a lot of stuff for you to do. What are you talking about? All right.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying it has to like grab your attention. I mean, it
Yeah, yeah.
is. It's not.
No,
It
I'm
is a
kidding. It
decent
is. It's
amount of stuff to
crazy.
do.
1,000 planets
Yeah,
is gonna
so
take you
it's
forever
like
if you explore
it
them all.
can't lose like your direction. Like you know what I mean. It has to have like a focus. I think it has to kind of push the audience like a proper way. I mean,
You
that's
think it
just
has
my
to have more
opinion.
of a linear storytelling, and it has to guide you a
Yeah,
certain way?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Tempest, were you excited for Starfield, man? What'd you think? This game do it for you? Oh, what we saw. Did it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No. Yeah. I mean, it looked good. I mean, if anything, I think this was a real honest look at the
Sure.
game.
Yeah.
It's got frame rate issues. Some of the animations are still
Yeah.
a little jittery. This dude flying up in the air, blowing up into seemingly. Oh, he didn't blow up. I just realized that he just kept
He
going up
just
into the
kept
sky.
going.
You saw
Yeah.
that?
Uh huh.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. I said that's not as bad as I thought it was. But anyway, it's when he says it's Skyrim in space, I'm gonna take his word for it.
Okay.
I think seeing all of the features and these little gameplay snippets, I don't think really gives you a good feeling of how the game's going to flow. I
Sure.
very much think you're going to make the character get into like that area they just showed. Something's going to introduce you to all this stuff, and I think it's just going to be another game. I mean, the Thousand Planets thing, yeah, I mean it's flex worthy, especially because you can
Yeah.
land on these things and explore them. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't think it's going to be too much more than Mass Effect 2's mining system.
Sure.
You're just going to
Okay.
land on these planets, maybe set up a few like pillars or something to siphon materials from the planet,
Yeah.
maybe do some manual mining on the planet, and that's it. I mean, I don't know if there's 1,000 planets in Mass Effect, but man, I was able to go in all the solar systems in Mass Effect 2 and 3 and read a little like story off of what the planet is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be kind of similar here, um, but it's going to be an incredibly large and ambitious game, especially because I was disappointed when I found out that the main character, your character, isn't voiced.
Isn't voiced. Yeah.
Um, that's disappointing for me because I would prefer it, but at the same time, I understand the pros to having a silent protagonist. And the reason is this is really going to be that big of a game. And I can tell you it's going to be that big just by the amount of voice lines that there is. There's like 180, I think, was it, what do you say, like 180,000
Yeah.
something
It
voice?
was.
Or
It
was it
was
even more than
something
that?
crazy. Yeah.
It's astronomical amount of voice lines. And if your main character is not voiced, that's all other people you're talking to.
Yeah.
So that alone tells me the amount of NPCs and characters that you must talk to is just out of this world. So it's going to allow them to do a lot more with the silent protagonist. I understand that, so I can live with it for sure. But not, I'm excited for it. I thought the gunplay looked good, and
Awesome.
this is like starter guns. They're going to be inaccurate. They got to give you something to work towards for the end of the
Yeah.
game.
For
You
sure.
know, you got to have that vertical progression as far as like how good your stuff handles. So
Yeah.
the variety in in the monsters, the aliens. I mean, it looks impressive, and these comparisons to No Man's Sky are ridiculous. I mean, there's some similarities there. I see that,
Sure.
but you know, the the stuff that No Man's Sky tried, any game after that has any kind of what do you say, like ambition, is you're going to have overlap there.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
this looks like 100 times better than No Man's Sky. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So,
No.
and you know what?
Definitely.
It's coming out in a year's time. That the freaking other game, Star Citizen, has a lot of these same features, and that thing's been developed for like the last like 15 years or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's never going to come out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, kudos to Bethesda. It looks like a real one. So,
Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. I'm glad that it, hit
yeah.
everything for you. Cotton. How about you, man? What are you looking forward to
Yeah,
with this game?
man. Um, wha- it's a crazy game. Like I can remember, like you said, like vividly first playing Skyrim and just all those like iconic moments. And then at
Yeah.
that time, I was in school. I was in high school at that time, and it was just like that's all everyone talked
Was
about.
talking about, yeah, for sure.
Like not like people. Like even like the dudes I didn't even know who played video games were talking about Skyrim, and I don't know if this is gonna hit that
Mm-hmm.
level, but I think that this game's showcase was a little rough, and obviously they've delayed the game, so it's only gonna look better. And we don't know how old this build is either. Technically, like we don't. I mean, I doubt they recorded this like day before the show on like
Right,
the most
right.
True.
Yeah.
current
I'm sure
build.
they
You know what
had
I mean?
this. Yeah.
So it's just like the scope, the scale is insane. We know there's like all sorts of crazy detail that they put in between Fallout and even an Elder Scrolls game. So I don't
Yeah.
know how people can even come close to comparing this to No Man's Sky. I mean, the only way you can is just because the genre of this sort of space exploration game is so
Sure.
like tiny, and you don't have anything to compare it to. But comparing this game to No Man's Sky is like comparing Skyrim to Minecraft. Like literally,
I don't think it's
that's
that much, but
no, it is. No, it is because No Man's Sky is literally it is strictly a exploration game. Like you have very minimal combat or anything like that in the game. It's
okay.
nothing like
I
super
mean,
extensive.
to be fair, I didn't. Like I said, I tried. Like literally,
I
if
mean,
you
I
look at
played
my
probably
time.
about 20 hours in No Man's Sky, like
Okay,
at
so
the launch, and then like a bit more once they like reamped it and like turned it into what it is now. And it is a good game, but it's not this game. The fact alone that there's dialogue and like the depth of customization that you have, just the fidelity of this game, the detail, like
No Man's Sky is practically Minecraft in space. Like it's that infinitely procedural generated game.
Right.
This is not. Like, I just think the comparison is like absolutely crazy. Besides the fact that they're the same genre, but they're not the
Right.
same kind of game.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the game looks. It looks great. I mean, it's only gonna look better. Like I'm gonna. It's like it gives me the vibe of this might sound funny, but like Cyberpunk 2077, like I
Sure.
spent
Yeah, I got
probably a
that too.
solid I spent like a solid 8 hours before I even got to the title screen of that game. You know what I mean? Like I spent like
Yeah.
an hour customizing my person. Now I can even you can customize your ship and all this stuff, and like all the map opens up right away for so much stuff for you to do. Then I'm like, then I get to the title screen and the game is just massive. And as much
Yeah.
flack as that game got, that game was amazing. Like it's a great game. So I think Bethesda can really hit it off, and I think they're holding back. They gave us a lot of details, but I don't think. I mean, like, what's going to be our equivalent of like a dragon shout in this game? Like, what are going to be these like crazy
Yeah.
combat elements and like these jaw-dropping moments, like, and just how great like the Dragon Priest mask side quests were inside Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many planets in this game, not necessarily that each one's going to be filled with content and stuff you can go do, but just the fact that you can go to them and maybe you take a side quest that leads you to this planet, and it's just like it feels like I don't know, like there's just so much. It's just like a real like galaxy for you to explore in an actual RPG game as opposed to an exploration game itself. I don't know if that.
Well, he did say,
makes sense.
one thing that you were saying too, like even with the planets, like he said you can land anywhere on the planet, right? I do believe him saying that.
On the planet, yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just in
He
scale
did.
alone, it's crazy.
You could pick the
And I know a
location
lot
of
of
where you
people-
want to land on it.
Yeah. You guys think
And
they'll
people
show
were
this
like-
game again before it releases, or should they
Definitely.
just? Yeah.
I think they will. I
100%.
think they'll have a better showing once it's more polished and it
Maybe
might
the
be-
VGAs, the Video Game Awards, probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Just like a
man.
more polished trailer, not quite a deep dive where it just like it really showcases like some highlights
But-
of the game.
Also, I just want to make a quick point.
Yeah.
Why does everybody assume that procedurally generated stuff from Bethesda is on the same level as No Man's Sky and Hello
Oh,
Games?
for sure. Yeah.
Like
I
their
don't think so.
technology, we don't know, but their technology could be like 10 times as advanced. The procedural stuff might be that good, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I
who
mean,
knows?
They have the
Yeah, and I'm
pedigree
not
to create
knocking No
something
Man's
like that as
Sky
well,
either.
right? Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's a great game. I just think they're completely different games. I don't
different
know how
games,
else to
yeah.
put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I agree.
One's a
Okay.
survival, and a multiplayer survival, and the other one's completely different. It has a story mode with full dialogue and everything.
I mean, I just
The
feel
people
like
that
Go ahead,
Okay.
regulator. Sorry, man.
no, I was saying the people that try to compare this, you know, okay, you play your No Man's Sky, I'll play my Starfield. I don't, if you're fine with that, but
Right.
I just don't the only similarity is the space exploration and in some
Right.
of the pretty much the resources that you gotta accumulate, but I don't see anything else. Everything else is completely different.
Like, I
One's
would compare-
cartoonish, the other one is different.
Yeah.
I would compare No Man's Sky closer to something like Astroneer. Like those are very similar games. in my
Yes,
opinion.
yes, exactly. I was gonna that one's good too.
Like it's, I mean, they said it's Skyrim in space. So like Skyrim and like Fallout are seriously different games. But at the same time, they
Yeah.
also share so much DNA,
Yeah.
and it's that's. I don't why would anybody look at this trailer from Bethesda and expect No Man's Sky? It's not even like in the same. Cotton's right.
It's just it's the
No,
genre
for
and
sure.
the
Yeah,
concept.
it's the genre, the mining, you know, like
Yeah.
the you know the explorations when you see some of those creatures that you're encountering. Like there were like similarities, but if you're gonna trust any company to do something in the scale that they're doing Starfield, I think Bethesda has the pedigree, right, to do exactly what they're trying to do with Starfield. To me personally, I just think what they've learned between the Fallout franchise and Skyrim and throughout all these years, the Elder Scrolls, you know, and all their Elder Scrolls, all theirs Fallout, and then they're finally taking everything they learned. Even what's the game, the mobile game where you do the survival, where you're building your base as
A
well.
Fallout
They're
Shelter.
Shelter, right? So they're bringing
Yeah.
all that into one, and the scope of this game just looks insane. Like the what you can do, so not just where you can explore, just the scale, but exactly like I just said, what you can do. Like you're doing spaceship battles, like dog fighting. You're doing mining.
Right.
You're building your base. You're exploring. You're gonna have over 100,000 lines of dialogue here with it's insane what they're pushing for here.
You get to hire your own crew
It's
too.
amazing. You get
You
to
hire
do
your own crew for your
So,
base
like
and your ship.
literally they picking everything that they learned throughout the years, they're mastering whatever they did and putting into this game. And I think it's gonna do well. I just hope that I'm able to enjoy it just because of the where I'm at now with them. But it still the years out. So real quick,
Yeah.
guys, I just want to go through and just see what your overall thoughts of the show was, and what your favorite game was, and what do you think is going to be a sleeper hit for that they announced? I'll start with you, and then I'll go in reverse order. What do you think overall of the
Okay.
show, really quick?
Oh, I thought it was a good showing. I mean, I don't know about an actual number rating. There were some things that
Yeah, no number
the
rating.
obvious
Yeah, just
things.
what you
I thought it
thought
was
about
like
it. Yeah,
a really good, very good showing, above average like
sure.
showcase. Just because I mean, you have like all these games are coming within the next 12 months, which is
Mm,
cool. And the like for me, Redfall really stuck out. Overwatch stuck out just because that's like right up my alley. And
yeah,
then I thought that Starfield had a good showing, and there was a lot of little, there's a lot of great gets that they had marketing wise between Riot Games, Kojima, all this stuff. So I
yeah,
thought they did a good job of like reaching out to everyone, and most of the games looked good. There was just a few things that people obviously wanted to see that weren't there, like whether it be Perfect Dark or Avowed, or you got Fable. They have so many games coming, so like for them to show this much and not even scratch the surface on that, or like whether it's indie games like Somerville from the people that make Limbo and Inside, like there's so many games to be showcased. So
yeah.
I think overall it was a really good showcase over like what we're getting within the next 12 months, and there's so much more to come, so I think they did a good job.
For sure, man. Tempest, how about you, man? What'd you think overall of the show, and what was your one of some of your favorite picks? What do you think it's gonna wow everybody? Something that nobody's expecting.
Um, Overall, it was a good show. I would be lying if I didn't like. I hate to single out a game. I'm not trying to rip on it, but like when Dusk Falls showed up and they
Yeah.
spent a while on that. I mean, I was like, see, I missed the whole thing in the beginning where they said the next 12 months. So
Okay.
eh, knowing that the show's a bit better, even though I don't think they should have did that. I think it should have just been a normal show.
Yeah.
That way we could have seen the Avoweds and the Fables and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would have rather have had that. But you know, as a show, it was like a B. I think it was like a
Okay.
B. I mean,
Yeah.
or like an 8 out of 10, that kind of thing. And the fanboy in me wants to give it like a 12 out of 10 because I got my persona and stuff.
Got
but
your persona in there, yeah.
I got my persona, but realistically speaking, it wasn't as good as like last year's. I don't
Right.
think it's pretty. That wasn't as good as last year's. Yeah, last year just they knocked it out of the park. But I
Yeah.
I, I do give them credit though. There was a ton of gameplay in this show,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and Starfield didn't disappoint me. And rather it comes out in whenever it comes out within the next 12 months. Dude, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think Phil saw Starfield and was like, "Yeah, we're buying you."
That's why we're buying Bethesda. Absolutely.
So, I mean, they
Man,
bought a whole
Phil-
publisher.
I mean, Phil's the true one, man. You know that guy's a gamer for sure, man.
Oh, heck yeah, yeah. No,
He's always online.
Yeah, man.
yeah, he is. He really is. But yeah, it was like a B. Next
Awesome.
year, I hope they don't do the whole 12-month thing. I
Oh,
want to
okay.
see. I want to see the future of Xbox. So
Okay.
that's what I want to see. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Pride. What'd you think, man? What was your overall thoughts on the show? What's the game you kind of piqued your interest above all the others?
Yeah, man. No, like the show itself is it was great. I do think last year was much better. But this one, what I like the most about it is just the simple fact that they're now showing a lot of light to the, Game Pass on PC, with Riot and all that. But I did enjoy Redfall.
Yeah,
That's definitely a game I like. We're gonna try 100%, man.
for
We gotta
sure,
try
man.
it. So but other than that, it's just like me being real honest. I feel like we need something that like sparks our interest again, man. That like like we were back in the day where we enjoyed the game and played it fully through and everything. I feel like all these games, like there's the open world games, and yes, but there's different style open world games that some people enjoy, some people don't. Like
Mm-hmm.
for the last one, like I said, and I can be honest, and I know you guys love the game, um, but it's what is it called? Starfield.
Starfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So with Starfield, like I just feel like it's too open, man. Like there's way just too much. There's no
Sure.
focus. You know what I
You're
mean? So
overwhelmed.
it's
Yeah.
like so it's like you're overwhelmed with this stuff. But other than that, like the show itself, it was okay. It was great. But yeah, I just enjoy that the fact that because I am a PC guy, everything is like turned into PC now. So it's like they're shining a light on that, and that's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Absolutely, bro. Regulator, what you got, man? What'd you think of the show?
Uh, the show, I thought the show was really good. I gave it about like an 8.5 because
Mm-hmm.
you still see a lot of stuff in there that could have been in other shows, but I think the whole show for this show, the whole 12 months, I would probably blame us and people and the community for why this show was the way it was because everybody complained about gameplay and they complained about not showing enough of it, and they stuck to their guns on this show with gameplay. So I'm pretty sure that gave them an idea of the impression, like, let's do the 12 months because we know we can show what's going to come in the 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what's going to happen in the next show, how they're going to do it to the point
Yeah.
where are they going to show gameplay mixed with the trailers like they used to do it. And it's kind of hard to compare this one to last year's for the fact that last year had Forza and Halo, one of the two biggest ones at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's gonna be hard to compare it to that one for the matter of that fact. But overall the show was good. Starfield, Redfall, and I would say Plague Tale, one of the three ones I'm most excited about.
Okay.
Um, but and Diablo, I'll add Diablo in there as well because I was never into it, but it
Okay.
looks really interesting to me to the point where I really want to play it. Um, but overall, it was a good show, and it showed everything for everybody. At least had one or two games that they're
For sure.
interested in when they saw the show, and which means it's a good show if you find something for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's cool that they showed some of the stuff that they're getting more into mobile and
Mm-hmm.
PC. They're getting more committed to it, and then the adding a persona as well to it, um, making sure that the it's more popular in the Asian market to
Yeah.
where XCloud gets more love, you know. But
Absolutely.
overall, I thought the show was good, but they could have added they could have took some of that stuff away and put it in different showings. But we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I agree with that. To me, guys, I thought it was a great showing. I would rate it just along the same lines as you guys, a B or 8 out of 10. Um, uh, I do. I'm on the opposite side a little bit compared to Tempest. I do like this 12-month structure. I think 2022 for us, unfortunately, it's gonna be a dry year. It's gonna be a wash, just because we're seeing the effects of so many things. We got they're working. I think Microsoft is like kind of walking on eggshells right now because of the Activision acquisition,
Mhm.
and Blizzard, and that that whole thing going down, everything that happened with the pandemic and everything that's going on in Europe with a lot of these games that was supposed to come out this year. But I do like the structure. 12 months. It's a realistic timeline, right? There's so much stuff that can happen in 12 months that we see games like Redfall and Starfield getting delayed when they were just announced and kind of almost reassured to us. And look what happened there. They're already, delayed another year. I do think 12 months, it's a little bit short. Maybe 18 months is the sweet spot. I'm not sure. It gives us enough time to see where we can look forward to in the future, but also games that we'll be playing in the near future, right? Just like we mentioned about Teenage Shredder's Revenge. We're playing right now on Game Pass. If you look at this picture that I have up on screen, you see all the games, 25 games coming to this year, essentially as of right now, and then early next year or throughout up to June, right? Because this was a 12-month show, so into Q2 of next year. So I really like the format. However, I do agree maybe they can, break that down, spend, 70% it's going to be 12-month games, and then the other 30% it's going to be, games that are far, in the future coming to the platform, stuff that really gotta hype up the crowd. My games, if I were to say, would be Diablo 4 for sure, A Plague's Tale, and some of the sleepers I mentioned there was The Last Case of Benedict Fox. I liked Jesus, I forgot the name, the paper mache one, not Dusk Falls, Pentiment. So yeah, I'm excited, and as we can see here, a lot of these games are coming to Game Pass. If we see some on the chart, Somerville's still coming out, this year, which is a game also.
Yeah, they didn't showcase it, did they?
Nah, they showcased it last year, so I don't think they wanted to showcase it again.
True. I'm already sold on that game.
Me too, man. Me too.
I'm already sold, so they're not gonna show me anything
Persona
else.
Tempest, I agree with you. Even though I've never played any of these games, it's a big get from Microsoft. It's gonna, bring a lot more. And then Regulator, like we mentioned, it's bringing in that mobile aspect of it as well, that people are, now going to be able to play Persona on their phone. So yeah, man, overall, I think they did a very good job. I hope to, they keep some of the structure. I do like seeing what we're going to be able to play sooner rather than later. But yeah, guys, that has been the show. I really appreciate you guys coming by. Let's do our outros really quick. I wanted to thank you guys again for coming by. This was a little bit longer, but once you start talking about games, the hype comes on, and you just want to keep talking, and it's always a good time. So I'll start with you, Regulator. I appreciate you coming by, man. Let the good people know where they can find you. The links is gonna be on the description down below, and it's also gonna be showing on the screen right now. Look at that, boom.
There you go. You can find me on Twitter, Regulator951, same as my gamer tag on Xbox, Regulator951. I'm always down to play with anybody, any battle royales, multiplayer, anything. I'm always down. But yeah, you guys can catch me there, and I'm always ready to talk games whenever anybody wants to send me an invite. But yeah,
awesome, man. Yeah, man, this guy's a real one. We met through the gaming community, and now we talk on the regular. I see him, trying to play some games. I'm over there sending him messages, all the time. Be like eyeball emojis. I do the same thing to Kai. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man. Regulator, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate you. Real Pride, man.
Yes, sir.
I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you for coming by, man. Hopefully we'll do this more.
Yes, sir.
Let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it being here with you guys. It was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure meeting you guys too. But yeah, that's my Twitter handle right there, Real3Rafa. You could also find me on Twitch too, twitch.tv/RealPride. I stream from now and then, do a lot of League of Legends. So, you'll catch me on there. My League of Legends handle is Cocoa Butter Lotion. So, hit me up on that.
Lotion.
Let's go. Smooth, baby. Come on now.
Oh, I know all about that.
Man. Thank you very much, man. It was a pleasure being here.
And I'll have all your links down in the description. I know you stream more. Are you streaming COD as well? Or you just strictly
yeah. I mean,
on League
I've
of
been
Legends?
right
You
now.
stream
I've been
everything, right?
strictly on but
Yeah.
strictly on League of Legends right now. Trying to rank up, So,
Okay.
but yeah, no. One card comes out, maybe we'll see.
The hustle, I understand. I appreciate you coming by, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Tempest
Thank you,
Bud,
brother.
man, good talking to you again, man.
You
And
too, buddy.
we gotta do this more often, man. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, but I appreciate you being here. You
No
know,
problem, man. It's good to be back.
plug
And
your stuff in, man.
yeah. I'm this is the first thing I've done in forever. 'Cause I just I just don't have the time, man. But I'm glad I can make it for you. And I might not be able to make it every single time, but just light up the Tempest signal and I'll show up, right?
For
So
sure, man.
you can find me at the Tempest Sun, and that's about it. Oh, my gamer tag is Tempest Sun as well. So
Dope,
when
man.
Naraka Blade Point comes out, if you want to help me chop dudes in half, you can join me there.
Hey,
So.
that's what we're here for, man.
All right.
Cotton Bud, man, it was good talking to you too. Thank you for making your camera debut. Look at that. Started on the day, now it's nighttime. It's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
it's dark in here. That's why I turned my camera off for a minute. But I appreciate you inviting me on, man. Great
Yeah,
to meet
man.
you, Real Pride. Nice talking with you again, Regulator, Tempest, Cyber.
Yes, sir.
You guys are the first dudes I really met in the podcasting gaming community. So it's a pleasure always to talk with you guys. My Twitter handle is right there on the screen. It's Cotton with an underscore, and my gamer tag is C0TN. And I mean, I be on at like streaks of period of time where I'll play for like weeks straight, go real hard on games, and then I'll be like a no show for a while. And just recently I was in the Redwoods for a weekend. I've been doing bachelor party, traveling all over. I
Man.
should be going back to
Ooh.
Here we go.
New York soon and probably
That's
playing
for
some
another
games
podcast,
again.
Hey.
And I'm just saying, I've been busy, so
Gaming
you might
After
not catch
Dark
me on
with
right now.
Newcombs. That's where Khan's gonna be next.
Yeah, but thanks for having me, man. You can, if you see me on Xbox, shoot me a message, man. I'm down to play, talk, whatever. Hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's all gaming all the time.
Absolutely, man. I really appreciate you being here. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I can't thank you guys enough for making this happen. The Access, make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel. Let me know. Join the conversation down in the comments. I got a lot planned for this channel. And yeah, we're just here, loving games, a passion that we all love. So if you're about it, hit me up on Xbox, Cybernox on there, and on Twitter as well, Cybernox. And if you're looking for a community to play different games, sometimes you get that little bit of a gamer fatigue. Check out my other channel, the Xbox Game Pass Club. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. We're building a community there. It's gonna be real awesome. Sometimes we pick games that are random. Sometimes we'll pick games that are really coming hot in the market. Like right now, like I mentioned before earlier in the show, Shredder's Revenge, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what we're going to be playing next with a couple of friends. So we'll be discussing that game along the way. So Xbox Game Pass Club on there. It's on YouTube as well. All the links will be down in the description. And I can't thank you guys enough, guys. Really appreciate you being here. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out The Access, your source for everything Xbox. And as I always say, stay safe, stay positive, and as always, keep on gaming. All right, everybody, I appreciate each and one of you guys.